everybody, and welcome to Join the Anarchy, the interactive and improvised Shadowrun Anarchy actual play here on the ShadowcastersNetwork. Very excited to be back, and you know what? I think this is like our first time when we've done in 2 weeks. Like,
I know, right?
Because we always end up we always end up getting fucked up somehow. So I'm very excited that we get to just keep playing.
Play.
Hey, yes, thank you. My mic does sound buttery, doesn't it?
It does. Amazing.
I'm very excited. This is easily one of the best investments ever of a microphone. It's a G-Track Pro. Samsung G-Track Pro. I got it for $180.
$1?
Yeah.
$1. Got it for $1.
$1.
I'll guide you there for 1 bullet. 5 points if you can guess the reference, chat.
Yeah, please, because I don't know.
I won't give it away. I'll just keep saying it.
I never get references.
So Join the Anarchy. So what we do is we play Shadowrun Anarchy. It is this game.
That one right there.
My microphone. Oh, sorry, my cam is backwards. It's like mirrored. Ooh. So anyway.
Flip it upside. No, that doesn't work.
Yeah, right. Flip it upside down.
Just take another mirror.
Oh no, it's upside down.
No,
another mirror.
Anarchy. Anarcha. So. Shit. All right, so
everybody, welcome back to Join the Ukraina.
Yeah, totally sounded Klingon.
Yeah. Well, hey, Peter, you don't know what's going on. Well, I'm about to explain. Welcome. So we play Shadowrun Anarchy. It's a cyberpunk tabletop RPG that's mixed with urban fantasy, magic, dragons, megacorporations. We've got blood magic and technomancers amongst our team. It's going to be pretty neat. And so right now, the team is in the midst of a very big, huge, long, epic infiltration on the Ares megacorporate world headquarters here in Detroit. They're about like 300 stories up, and things are. It's good. It's good stuff. Yeah. And it's a pretty simple game. It's very narrative. One of the great things about, I don't know what Trav you're doing, but
his iced coffee's frozen. He's trying to unfreeze it. I got you. I
put
did
in
the same thing.
How frozen is your frozen? What? How do you even?
Too much ice, bitch! God damn it! That's how ice works. Also, the inside of the cup is like lined with metal, and it's like, hey, keep it cold for 8 hours, but it also makes it the fucking ice age. Sorry, go on.
Gotcha. All right, so the game, this game operates on a little something called plot points. So every time that whenever we spend plot points, we get to make things happen in the game, such as something appears, or you have to roll a glitch die and see if something terrible happens to you. Basically it helps us take control of the narrative. However, what we do here on Join the Anarchy, it's this little special thing, is we are watching chat and we are taking audience suggestions as we play. So basically just, if you think you can insert something cool into the current scene, go ahead and suggest it in chat, and if we like it, we will take it, insert it immediately into our actual play, and we get a plot point as a reward for fucking with our story. And for you making such an awesome suggestion, you get a raffle ticket, and that raffle ticket will be entered, and actually we're drawing tonight. It's July 22nd. It says it right there on our ticker. Look right there. It's good. It's flying by. July 22nd. God. So that's going to be a $25 drawing on Drive-Thru-RPG, which is enough to buy yourself a copy of Shadowrun Anarchy, and I believe also the expansion, Chicago Chaos. So, but I mean, if you like other tabletop RPGs, I guess you could go for that stuff too.
What's your tabletop?
Also, we have a stream boss up top. Every time that you help our channel in any way, bits, donations, follows, and subscriptions, those 4 things will chip away at the HP of our stream boss, and whenever the stream boss is defeated, your name goes up in lights, and we all get a point of edge, which we can use to re-roll stuff, because re-rolling is important. And
especially right now.
Yes, and if you are the final stream boss of the night, you get to make an NPC with me on our Discord, shadowcasters.network/Discord. And thanks for that follow, Peter the guy. He's already like, this is gonna be epic. I'm glad I was able to. My pitch is solid.
We kept him, guys. We kept him.
Yeah,
we did it.
Yeah, and then he's gonna watch 5 minutes of us and leave.
No, Peter.
No, we're awesome.
We
have a great stream family.
Peter loves me, and Peter, if you value what we have going, you'll stay.
This is getting dark. Let's play now.
It's not dark.
I'm scared. I'm afraid.
My heart is filled with so much love.
This sounds like an abusive relationship, and I advise you to leave immediately.
Not my real dad. So.
Wow, we are really just jumping right into the issues.
Hey, welcome to two sessions in a row of Join the Anarchy.
Yeah. Back to the norm.
So yeah, why don't we go in and introduce ourselves, starting with, well, I guess I should start with me. I'm Oz, I'm the game master. I do all of the mean, evil stuff, and all of the good stuff too. I'm just like this neutral force of doom.
Neutral?
I guess I'm on your side.
Of doom that also gives out missiles and hugs.
Yes.
Missiles and hugs. You know what? That is a really good description.
Yeah.
Missiles and hugs.
Yeah. All right, so that's me. Trav.
Hi. My name is Trav. I'm an amateur voice actor / streamer / full-time soft boy, and I play Fritz, the German elf technomancer with a lot of PhDs, whose real name is actually which I've never said on stream before.
I'm curious. When you muted yourself, did you actually say it, or did you just
Absolutely, I did.
Muted? Awesome, thanks. Paige.
Oh shit, that's me. Hello. I'm Paige. I'm a human. I play Voltar. I was about to do something else. I play Voltar, super cybernetic Ares soldier who has daddy issues. Her dad is Copper Colton, the director of the bioengineering facility in Ares. So yeah, I'll do my pitches at the end. I don't have to unless you want. I draw things.
Yeah, no, we'll do pitches. Yeah, we'll plug all of our cool stuff at the end. But yeah, she does draw things. Our Twitter's right there if y'all want to look at it while we play. Yeah. And finally, Scrim.
I am Scrim and I play Deliverance, the Christian blood mage who is also a mother, recently faked her own death and is hoping to scrounge some meaning out of life by destroying Ares. She's a little feeling a little directionless, but looks like up is as good as any.
Excellent. So, previously on Join the Anarchy, as we mentioned, the team is in the middle of an infiltration. They have met Voltar's mother, Minerva Colton.
Minerva!
Well, currently Minerva Vogel, who basically had no idea that Voltar was still alive. And we got to know more about her sad, tragic past and how she got to where she was. We got to know a little bit about also Minerva's past. And she dropped some interesting things, mainly that Copper Colton, his job idea of going to kill he had like a specific bug queen that he hired this team to go and kill. Actually, what he wants is to rescue the bug queen, because this bug queen happens to be Voltar's sister and his daughter, Victoria.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. She's like somewhere in Chicago, just waiting to be plucked and brought back to Ares World Headquarters Biotechnology. labs.
I never like that term when people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna pluck this person," and it's like,
Yep.
yeah.
So
Disgusting.
now, after that was said, after they finished their meeting in the Firewatch labs here on the 270 something floor, the team had a discussion, a little heart to heart, just a little open-ended question about the future of Ares and what they're going to do about it. So, we will start our session in the hallway, that sickly green neon hallway on like black glossy onyx walls and like in the green neon lighting, overlooking in this hallway that overlooks the city. You're 275 stories up. You see all of Detroit, tiny, 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 but just massively sprawling across. And what do you do?
We're in so the Firewatch labs, as I understand it, are doing research on people.
They do research on clearing out basically any technology that is about bug spirits and defeating bug spirits. Firewatch's goal, right? They're on paper, right? Like what everyone knows them for is they are specifically like elite strike teams that take out entire bug hives.
Okay. So Deliverance turns to the group and says, well, I know we're planning a bit of a coup here. There's a few things we're planning. And anyway, we need to get out somehow. And I think maybe our best bet is Nomad/Rolodex. So we need to find something in exchange for their extraction. I wonder if there's some research around here we could pluck. Thoughts? Feelings? Suggestions? I'm not hearing any no's.
Fritz just looks.
I am pretty sure that you could find anything in Ares headquarters and it would be valuable.
What's our next stop? What's in Copper's floor? What'll he have?
Biotech engineering.
Well, that might do better, actually. I think that is what Rolodex is, biotech engineering.
I wouldn't know.
Also of note, some other things that you have, Deliverance, you might also remember you have that data chip from Motown.
Yeah.
The neo-anarchist collective that's fighting against Ares and trying to expose them.
So we want information to pop onto there.
Yeah, if you so wish. Basically, think of it as a faction that you could curry favor with.
That's
if
true.
If you were to do this with. Now, what they're going to do for you now, but something to consider.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Firewatch is the place to do that, since Minerva helped us out.
Well, technically, if we end up destroying Ares, we're destroying her career.
Fair.
But I'm sure that Ares is a powerful enough company that if we ended up destroying Ares, they would just either rebuild and/or another company would buy them out in a heartbeat, or so.
I mean, they kind of already are doing that, right? Like they're like, we might at least be able to get the last bits of this, but
yeah, we'll end up destroying it here, but Ares will still live on.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
We're not
You're
gonna
also
take down the
cute
entire
talking about the
company.
destruction of a megacorporation. That's cute. That's cute.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Anyway, All right. Well,
At the very least, it might drop to an A corp instead of a triple A corp.
Wow, that's still harsh. That's harsh, though.
That's pretty.
At least 2 A's
that's a
there.
pretty
Pretty big
big
kick.
dent.
Pretty big
Yeah.
kick in the dick, honestly.
Yeah.
Kicking the A's. All right. Well, maybe we'll find something a little more valuable in the biotech area. I mean, although maybe the resistance doesn't mind some information about how to destroy bug spirits.
I suggest if we go up to the biotech engineering deck, we do it fast. After all, you two are posing as the guards that are taking me to Colton. Waiting is kind of awkward. And
True.
suspicious.
All right, onward and upward, I suppose.
All right, so you make your way through the Firewatch labs, which are still conspicuously empty, and get to the elevator. So you had access to get to the Firewatch labs via Fritz's scientist who belonged to the Firewatch R&D. So now you are going to need access to get to the biotech labs.
Aren't
I
I
believe-
access?
That's I didn't want to be obvious, but yes, Voltar,
Perhaps
please
everyone
describe.
Your hand?
Someone could lend you a hand.
Did Minerva touch your hand? Can you use her?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
do
Awesome.
have her prints.
Perfect.
Ooh, but you don't necessarily. Are you gonna get her prints? You're using her prints?
No, I'll use mine. Well, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, Voltar. Who's going to be more of a threat, you or Minerva?
That
Because
is
they might-
true.
They'll note it right away if it's you. But I
will
mean, maybe
use-
they're watching her too.
I will use Minerva's then.
All right.
Yeah, Minerva did say that she didn't feel safe in Ares. That there's like some kind of faction. There's something happening in Ares that's working against her. That she believes was responsible for the death of her husband, Arthur Vogel, who was blown to bits in one of the. It took like an explosion that cleared out 3 floors of the Ares headquarters.
I could use coppers. I do have copper Coltons. I have
That's awesome. Well, they'd trigger that too, for sure.
I have Colton copper. I have gauges. I have bros. I have oink oinks. The cyber pig. Can I just use him?
You have a hoof.
Yeah.
You have a
I have a
hoof
lot.
print.
Yeah, I have a hoof print. I do. It's on my list. I
That's
have
hilarious.
Onyxes and Ziggies, and then I have
Yeah.
Minervas. So I could just use Colton's, and that wouldn't be suspicious because he works there. What would
Yeah.
be suspicious if he was notified?
He's already suspicious, so he's gonna expect whatever.
I think Minerva's the best bet. She might be a risk, but you're a bigger risk, and Colton is maybe questionable.
Yeah. I
We've
just don't want to throw her under the bus.
we have already been exposed, and there's no way we are getting to the top floors without him knowing. So it's best that we just do it anyway.
How are you all on health? Out of curiosity.
That's a very good
I'm out
question.
of armor. I have 3 stun out of 9, and I have 9 out of 12 health.
Okay.
I have 2 stun missing.
Armor is
Green
empty,
attacker
and I
is-
have 6 physical remaining.
Okay.
Do I
You
need
also
to-
made a 6
well,
out.
Fritz, I can also we can also take this time to gather ourselves, and I can help repair some of your armor. And
Oh, that would be amazing, yes.
yeah. So I guess that's okay. So I know you can only heal once per scene, but can you repair armor multiple times? Like
Once per scene.
or once per scene for armor, but I can do it to multiple people, right?
Yeah.
Once per person.
Okay,
Yeah.
so once per person per scene. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll just do 2 enter. Which one of you has the worst armor?
My armor is demolished, and she shows him like her coat, her like. Oh wait, but I put on the mage lady's thing.
If you had
that
to,
okay?
if you had to put a number value on it.
I guess I will have to ask you, Oz. What's the mage robe armor rating?
I'm gonna say it's probably 9. Here, hold on.
Okay, then I guess I'm good.
Yeah.
Unless we
Yeah.
did some damage to her. I don't know.
Lined coat.
I mean, I made her up a lot.
Never mind. I got this schmancy new coat. I'm all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got like these. It's got all these sigils inside of the lining, and has nothing to do with Christianity or blood magic,
6.
but whatever.
6 for Volta's armor.
Sweet, that's half. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a pretty incredible engineering roll, if I do say so myself. Not that I'm tooting my own horn, but
You're real good at that, Fritz.
It helps
What?
me. Thank
I believe in you.
My faceplates feel better.
Yeah, so you sit there and like tinker with her like parted apart like metal skin, and just put the click the faceplates back in and
now
welds.
health-wise, wounds. How are you both looking on that front?
Deliverance holds up her bloody wrists and says, well, I can't do much about this, so otherwise I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah. And just to compare our 2 proficiencies in healing, I have a 7 dice with 2 rerolls on my healing thing. How is your magical healing? Just so we have an idea of which one's actually like
Better.
It's a
better
sorcery
value.
roll, I believe.
For
I have like 13.
And your sorcery is like 1 billion. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I have like 13.
And you have there's in Anarchy there's no like limit
14.
to magical casting with that stuff. All right, yeah. So you can heal her if you want.
No, if you want, you can always spend a plot point for a glitch die, and then you could potentially get an exploit on
How much
your heal, and then
do you need, Voltar?
For health, I have 9
Yeah.
out of 12.
Oh.
So maybe it's good for Fritz to do it, then I can do it when it gets
Yeah.
to be dire.
Yeah. So that is stop moving. 3.
Solid.
nice.
Exactly.
Exactly what I needed.
You're killing it today, Fritz. High five.
I have a PhD in mathematics.
I imagine literally Deliverance being like, high five, and then Fritz saying that, she's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will subtract
okay.
5 from that equation, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh, was that
No.
a joke, Fritz? Fritz, did you just make a joke? Oh my god, that's the first time you made a joke.
It wasn't canon.
Damn it.
You guys are
No,
weird.
I'm much too distracted by my developing PTSD to be able to make stupid dad jokes right now. Also,
Developing.
besides
I
coffee.
thought it was full-fledged.
So did I.
Somehow it's getting worse.
Yeah.
So now that you've taken some time to heal up, let's do some quick things, and we'll say, that was all in like a side room that is open access in the Firewatch Labs. Luckily, the place is pretty much empty. Yeah. I assume
Do we have no music playing?
Yeah, I
we
don't
have
hear
music
anything.
playing.
I just had, same for me, I had to refresh.
Gotcha.
I have a
Oh.
question.
All right.
Okay.
Can
What's
I-
up?
Oh yeah, okay. How many edge do you guys have? May I ask?
3.
I have 4.
I have 1. Now when you're leveling up edge, that's just new rating times 2, right?
Yeah.
And when you level up edge, do you get that extra point of edge when you level it up?
I'd say yes.
Hell yeah, dude. So that means I have 2.
Okay. Never mind that. I was gonna give you guys edge if you guys didn't have any, but you guys seem fine.
Oh, somebody took team player.
Teamwork.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at you.
literally 5 minutes before the show started, Voltar's like, "What's that amp where I can give away my edge and my plot points?"
Yeah,
And
I
so
have
she
5
purchased
edge
it.
right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I
And
think
it's nice
I want
in canon
to.
now that you've like rebelled against your father in Ares. So
Yeah.
I
It
dig
is,
it.
Perfect.
because like it's a
Love it.
friendship thing. This is her family in this elevator. So
Speaking of canon, Fritz goes into that little that developer store that that Deliverance went into that one session where she bought Lim Explosion. Yeah, it just goes into that little developer store.
pop-up, it's
He
like
buys a
Borderlands.
microtransaction and gives himself an extra point of edge.
Nice.
Okay, so I want to really quickly roll perception to see if I can figure out why this place is abandoned. Because Minerva was just like chilling in her office.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see if there's any clues I can figure out here. If that's cool with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. 1 success.
Well, it's still early. Like the sun is rising.
Mhm.
So actually, by the time that you're done leaving her office, it's about like 7:30 in the morning. So it's like
Okay.
it's gone from twilight to just like that early morning light that's kind of just hazy-ish. That's just like coming in through the windows. And so you imagine that people are probably starting to wake up and go about their day. And so there might be employees coming in to start up, to start their shifts. The other thing would be this floor actually has a lot of security elements to it. Like access is very, very tight, very limited, and security, like basically the security to get onto this floor was really would have been very difficult had you not found that badge, and it's still hall monitored by a couple of rent-a-cops, so it's like
Right.
yeah. And also like you're noticing all of the different labs, those are also secured, like keypads and retinal scans and stuff like that. So like if you wanted to get into those labs, like you would need to know, like yeah, it even if you could traverse the hallways freely, you would need to do a lot more to be able to get inside any of those laboratories and see what secret projects they're working on.
Okay.
maybe
Alrighty.
Falter 0.2.
2.0.
Yeah, 2.0.
So, you are calling the elevator?
Let's do it.
All right.
Slapping it. Put my hand on it.
Nice. So the elevator...
tree.
The elevator will ding, and we're on floor 275. Yes.
Sure.
I believe we said Firewatch was 275. We've played over so many episodes that I'm already losing my place in my notes.
That's okay.
Yeah,
275, and then Kappa is on 308.
Yep.
The team of riggers is on 342, and the idol is on floor question mark. Ooh.
All right, so you board the elevator. You get some
Elevator music, of course.
Yeah, of course, because
Ah, man.
it's never an elevator scene without elevator music.
I've had enough of elevators.
We need to have a prolonged elevator fight scene where it's just the elevator music.
Yeah.
Does anybody want to get out?
Yeah. I can do this all day.
All right, so Voltar, you're using your hand to your handprint for which handprint were you using again?
Colton's.
Colton. All right, so you press your hand up against the scanner, and yeah, you can select any of the you can select any floor on the biotech labs, or you could go directly to his residential floor.
That's up to you two. Vulture will turn and give you guys a look.
You all know, because you hacked his comlink last session, that he is on the residential floor.
Are we going for him or his information?
I suggest going for the information first. If he is in
Agreed.
the residential area, he is relaxing or taking a break. Since it's so early in the morning, he doesn't usually get up until 8 a.m.
Well, that would typically be his routine, but given that he called you and said, "What are you doing here? What are you and your people doing here?" And then you were like, "Fuck you, Dad. I don't think he's relaxing at home."
You don't understand.
He is in the residential area. His office is kind of in that area. That's usually where he and I meet to have a discussion.
What are his security systems like in his residence?
I would know. Voices in my head, please help.
Yeah.
Has she talked like this before to you?
I don't know what she's saying. What?
The trauma.
Bit of a
Chat.
malfunction.
Hey, chat. It's your turn. Let us know, what kind of security would Copper Colton have in his own home?
I have barely any plot points, so I'm about to make this motherfucker have the Fort Knox of apartments.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think we're
have.
all, like,
I don't
we're
have
all,
plot
like,
points either.
grounding
So
for-
We're all gonna be like,
Yeah.
how are we gonna get through the toxic gas, giant javelins, and the shark pit?
Oh my god, yeah.
and then plot point, he has a back door.
That is legit a good description of how plot
love
points
it.
work.
Yeah.
Right? Welcome to Shadowrun Anarchy.
Yeah.
Well, join the anarchy in particular in our
I-
fuckery.
I swear we actually had a villain in the past that had a shark pit. I swear we did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I'm definitely taking Roomba security drone from Eric.
Okay.
I hate that.
Eric the Mage.
I just imagined Volta hating that thing.
And I'm sorry, but this dude is a fucking pompous cunt. He has a shark pit. No, but like I want to find a way for him to have a shark pit. But like
He might have like a shark. He might have a shark tank in the biotech labs.
oh my god.
I would imagine that. I can actually see that because that would be like.
Yeah, no, he could totally.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, I'm gonna take the plot. I take it.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you take it. So
he's got a
What's your
shark.
idea?
Yeah, so he has a shark tank. So okay,
Yes.
the top floor of those biotech labs have this. Actually, hell, it's such a deep shark tank. It takes up like the whole section, like
Absolutely.
all of the floors. It's like 4 floors of biotech. So it's this huge shark tank, and he has like a glass floor that looks down into the shark tank.
Yeah.
And the water is always kept crystal clear so that he can there's like sharks that are is there, and he has like a door, like a lid that he can open so that he can like feed them meat.
Oh my god.
God, he's so pumped. About this.
Now,
What's up with those sharks?
I'll leave this up to you two, but I want to take the plot point if it's available. But so there's Eric the Mage, and then Rats in the chat is also Eric.
Eric, yeah.
So Eric, he said professional feng shui work on his private residence involving a bunch of bound spirits. Would that be in line with Copper Colton? Would he have some? Would he have spirit stuff going on, or would he?
Yeah.
I would imagine so. His office is for people who don't know, his office, from what I remember the description Oz gave, is very Asian inspired, very Japanese inspired. He has a Zen garden that he likes to walk through. He has like virtual koi fish floating around in it. So like I would imagine his suite is very like organized professionally.
Now
Alright,
I'm
so
picturing him
Eric's
as
feng
Jeremy Jam.
So yeah, professional feng shui work on his private residence involving a bunch of bound spirits. Have fun, deliverance.
So yeah, the feng shui thing, that's interesting because that's specialty Wuxing Corporation work. Yeah, so they practice stuff like geomancy and all kinds of stuff, and like it helps bring prosperity to your
Yeah.
space.
So I would like to give this to both Peter and Palmer, if I can. But Peter, who is originally from my own streams, gave the suggestion of Bruce Lee to just beat the shit out of you. But Palmer helped him out with a more in-lore thing to say that he has a dedicated adept bodyguard, which would make sense since the bitch knows we're coming. Dedicated adept bodyguard in his residence with him, unless Oz had a better idea.
Who's also his butler? I like
a viewer NPC that hasn't popped up yet.
Well, actually, yeah, I definitely have a stream boss NPC that could fit this.
All right.
Yeah, I do.
Also, this dude, full douche mode. He just has a butler, and no matter what, this butler is just cool to everybody. If they've come in to kill Copper, or they do whatever, it doesn't matter. The butler is just like,
it's obviously an
hello,
adept.
sir.
Yeah, it's obviously a butler bodyguard adept.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, mind you, we're coming up with all of this stuff for his apartment, and we don't even you're not necessarily going in right now. It seems like you guys are interested in going into the labs first for info.
True. Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
I just wanted to farm some plot points by giving us a ridiculous and stupid challenge later.
All right. So
Loose
So yes, so to recap, Voltar mentions the Roombas that have security features on them. Shark Tank, there's a Shark Tank with a glass top that the glass top is opened remotely.
He has these things called Roombas. I don't like them. They try talking to me. They see me as a vending machine.
That's
I
weird.
don't understand. But they clean his floors, but they are very deadly. I was about to give that an accent for some reason. Damn. Deadly.
And of course, yes, the professional feng shui involving bound spirits. So
Bound
deliverance, that would that would be like, ugh. And
More banishing, yay!
Yep. And then the dedicated adept butler bodyguard. And Voltar, you would probably know this as well. He just recently hired a mage, a security mage.
Great.
Great. Another security mage.
Great.
Cool. All right.
Thanks.
I'll just-
not Eric.
Yeah, I'll just beat the shit out of them in a heartbeat.
So, with that said,
Yeah.
you plant your hand on the thing, and you're going to one of the floors for the biotech labs. And
multiple floors.
yes, we have floors 300 to 307.
Okay.
Volta,
Yes.
this is not a decision that Deliverance or I are going to make. But there are many definitions to the word stop. And this is obviously a sensitive situation. So I just wanted to give you time to think on that before we head to the top floors.
I understand. If it comes to it, I will not hesitate, and I don't think you two should either.
Again, that's
However-
not a decision I'm going to make.
He is still
Labs.
my father.
The elevator
Well, that
starts
clears it
to
up.
the elevator starts to rise, and you continue to go higher and higher. This time only for 20 odd floors. So the elevator isn't moving or is moving very quickly, and pretty soon you find yourself at the biotech lab floors, and you the elevator Pick a floor.
You said what? 280
Between 300 and 307.
302.
302.
Sure.
So, just before it lands on floor 302, the elevator stops. And I'm gonna spend a plot point. Okay. So this is, Ares elevator. It's got to look fancy, right? So it has it has its own screen, and Copper Colton's face is on this screen. To which he goes, "All Ares employees, I have just been given clearance to notify all of you that we have armed and dangerous individuals inside of the building that must be stopped at all costs. Your faces, like any security footage that they were able to get, like from lower levels or upper levels, they've basically compiled what they could to show who you are. The footage isn't always great. You do look kind of blurry in some of them, but you haven't really gone through and cleared out all of the camera footage that you could.
I would like to spend a plot point to make Fritz look a little bit better in this situation and say that basically all he has is hacking into these things and making sure that things don't see them, but Copper also has been behind this whole thing the whole time, and Voltar's looked at us with her cyber eyes. So
I like that better.
Like it's like much clearer pictures because obviously they're direct feed from, but it's not footage from inside.
Then
the
let's
building.
do that instead. You don't have to spend a plot point. Keep it.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, give yourself a plot point for
Thanks.
Nicely done.
Better suggestion.
Nicely done.
I already have full plot points, but thank you.
Yeah. You can get up to 5. Max is 5.
Yeah, I have 5.
Full.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have 40.
I heard 4. Anyway, so your pictures from Voltar's cyber eyes start to flash through, and each of your pictures, Fritz's shows and it says dead or alive. Deliverance's shows dead or alive, and Voltar says captured. At which point,
Choose his favorites.
yeah, he says.
Well, I guess we know who he likes best.
Says. It is time for you, our Ares employees, to prove your worth. We're offering a reward of a promotion. You will be moved to the Atlanta headquarters. A new position made specially for you under the biotech labs, or wherever you personally see fit. Many doors will open for you. Please, consider this. And I wish you the best of luck. Again, they are armed and dangerous. And then the elevator doors open up again, and you are in a lab on the 301st floor, and you just see all of these lab coat technicians that are about to start their day drinking coffee with their clipboards, who have all just seen this message. And they there's like this slow turn.
I cast mass invisibility.
All right, yeah, go ahead. Give me your sorcery.
Okie doke. Okie doke. What do we have? 14. 7.
Oh, shit. All right.
Just like as soon as the doors open, she's like,
Oh, so you're trying to do it before everyone sees us, or did they all lay eyes on us and then we went invisible?
No,
I was gonna do it while Colton was talking. Was my plan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, given once the elevator started moving again, I would say yes. You had a split second here to cast like the best invisibility you could, and you rocked it. So yeah. So you are all invisible. The and you all, it's just like the very last second. So like when these doors open, you're just kind of like this moment of panic, and then you look down and you can't see yourselves. Or no, you can see yourselves because invisibility
Yeah.
is meant to be like an illusion on other people.
Right.
So
Mhm.
people are looking towards this elevator and then they like shifty eyes and they go back to work. So what is the benefit to invisibility?
Let me check here.
Plus 50 on stealth tests.
May re-roll 2 failed stealth dice while the spell is sustained.
Sick.
In
So-
Pathfinder, it is that crazy though.
Yeah,
Travis.
yeah. It's like if you stand still, you get a plus 40.
Yeah.
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 It's like
it's
fucking
insane.
shit.
Yeah, so keep that in mind. You have these rerolls available.
I also have a reroll for my chameleon coat. Now, I will say, like, does my chameleon coat reroll take work when I'm just invisible and the coat's also
does it
invisible?
stack?
Probably wouldn't stack, right?
Because it
I
would be
mean,
sound.
Yeah.
right. I mean, sound. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's. If...
Oh yeah, it can snuff out my footsteps, huh?
What?
What, the chameleon suit?
No, that's just
No?
visuals.
Just visuals? Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
But
Yeah.
Anyway, so would it stack? I would say like up to 3. Remember we have like that
Up to 3,
limit,
right.
the rule of 3 thing. So
Yeah, I was just saying, like, since it's invisibility and the chameleon coat is about
Mhm.
blending in, and the chameleon coat is now invisible, like, would it really stack?
Well, let's try
I mean it's more invis than everyone else, so I would say
Gotcha.
yes.
That's true. I have that little bit of an event. All right,
Yeah.
cool. So that is exactly 3.
All right.
All right.
So, the elevator doors have opened, and the you have used Copper Colton's access to to get into these labs. A bounty has been put on you. And you know how desperate this entire headquarters is, because they all know that this headquarters is gone and a lot of people are fearing for their job security. And you know that they're all trained in firearms. And they all open carry.
Oh God, this is
So
bad. People are gonna die.
I've been wanting to unleash this for so many episodes. I'm like, this is such a good idea. Oh man. So, all right. What do you do?
Okay, so
Now-
we see like a bunch of lab workers are there. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's discuss what the biotech labs look like. They are lots of white and glass and silver, chrome. That's the general gist. Very clean, pristine, and very corporate. And honestly, clandestine isn't the word, but it looks like this is advanced top secret. Like you only see this kind of things in thriller
The
movies
trids.
and stuff. Yeah, and trids. So this is your eyes kind of go wide at just the very constant, like that. This is where Voltar was basically created.
I'm picturing like clean suits and like rooms within
Lots
rooms
of lab
and,
coats and yeah. And
Okay.
lab
Do I
coats and
recognize
suits.
this area then? Because
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. You've come here on various occasions to be given surgery and new cyberware and bioware and stuff like that. So this is where you
Okay.
were crafted.
Mhm.
And somewhere in here, actually, your memories probably might slowly come back, where you were just being held against your will during that time where you were insane.
Yeah.
So, and they were doing the experimental procedure to wipe your memories and cure you of your
Okay,
insanity.
so I want to spend a plot point that in the I don't know if we would see this yet, but in the like very first room where Voltar, so it's kind of like walled off, but there's high windows, where Voltar was kept when she was insane, is a massive troll that is like partially now made up of like kind of like, you know how Cable has the like techno virus
Yeah.
thing or whatever, like he's kind of like half And it's not cyberware, like it looks different. It looks like something is up, like his body has been replaced by like techno stuff, and he's like thrashing against restraints.
So like you're thinking like a cyber zombie or like a
something along those lines.
Or he just looks like somebody who has maybe been pushed. Well, yeah, cyber zombie. Somebody who's been pushed far to the limits. Yeah. Yeah,
and maybe he has a little bit of essence left, but it's very clear that he is extremely aggressive and agitated.
Mm-hmm. So, all right, and you said he had like this big, hefty, like bio cyber mixture arm.
Yeah, like a half his body is like he's like this big naked troll, and half his body is being taken over by this biocyber.
Yeah.
Biocyber.
All right. So, and he's restrained and he's thrashing, and all of the grunting and screaming of pain is just super, super muffled behind this glass. So you have but you see all of these people on the sidelines just taking notes, jotting things down, basically saying, all right, next. And then they just kind of push another button to like do the next test on him, like the next shock or the next, and he's screaming and writhing in pain and rage. So
okay.
This is one of their experiments.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Can I summon a spirit inside the room with him? Or does it have to be like right next to me? Can I summon through walls?
You can summon through walls because this is a glass wall. You can see through it.
Okay. I want to summon a spirit right next to him.
All right, go ahead and give me a summoning test.
Let's do a spirit of man because I have specialization that gets me 2 extra dice. So that's 12. Yeah, 12. 4 successes.
Let's do all right. So you summon. Go ahead and tell me. Wait. No, I need to roll. Hold on. That's right, because it's hard to summon here. Are you comfortable with this level of success?
I think I'm gonna edge it. Why not? Hey, okay. Jack. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. 2. 2 more, so total of 6. Yeah.
All right. So you just like, again, you try and summon something, and then you're just like, and you have to just pull this extra like willpower from you to finally like go ahead and yank this spirit out of the astral plane. Tell me, what have you summoned?
So I summon what looks like a little like pixie fairy. It's like this tiny little thing. It's like the size of a dragonfly, and it's kind of just floating behind the troll's thrashing body, like behind kind of the gurney that he's on. And so she's going to flit her way to his restraints, and I imagine she has, if you're okay with this, the same stats as a spirit of man. So she's going to just release him. I'm going to command her to release him.
So she can try to release, and hey, we just got a donation. Thank you, Palmer. We just got a point of edge.
Aw, thanks.
Yeah.
So you, I think your spirit of man,
let me just check it.
For her to undo restraints that way that a troll can't break through, I would say you would need, like, your spirit basically is trying but can't.
Well, not breaking though, like, like there can be restraints that you can easily undo, like a buckle or something, right? That's kind of what I'm imagining.
Oh, you're imagining buckle restraints? Okay.
If you're thinking of something else, then that's fair, but like something someone could do without really a ton of strength.
You created this plot point, so it's fine.
That is what I was imagining.
For safety procedures, because I would imagine that is a thing. There would have to be an easy release, maybe under him, so he can't reach it with his hands,
or even like a button, like if they're like magnetic restraints, like she can like power them down.
Right. The only thing about spirits is that they have they can't actually play with actual objects and technology because it all just looks like black to them. So they.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Sorry. That is.
They can't even press buttons.
No, they cannot press buttons for you.
What if Deliverance just says keep floating this way? You're gonna hit a button. Because the thing,
float a little left,
black.
float a little left.
Yeah, just like.
But I'm seeing your Spirit of Man does have the accident power and the control thoughts power.
Control thoughts doesn't really help me unless I'm doing the intimidation or negotiation.
Or it is, but.
Oh.
But yeah, I see.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
Accident just sounds exactly like what you want to happen. Isn't it?
Each combat turn may add one glitch die that cannot roll an exploit to will tests.
Oh.
Right, no, that's on combat. But I see what you mean.
Okay, how about this? I am going to use my positive quality of the Holy Spirit, and I am going to, without using a plot point, I am going to cause a malfunction of this troll's restraints.
Excellent.
And the pixie's gonna float into its ear and say, "Kill your captors."
All right, awesome. All right, so suddenly the restraints just like pop off as like just there's this time the troll is just seems super motivated and just finds the right yank, the right angle, and just the thing pops off him, and he like just wails a giant fist across the room, knocking down one of the scientists. The other scientists are freaking out and like scrambling to get out of this room, and then he reaches down to his other clamped arm, rips that restraint off, and he just runs like charges video game style like towards the glass, and it just like mega spider web cracks, and then he does another ram, and then everybody in the office is screaming. The lab we're getting released, do something. And then all of these scientists, like whoever is either not taking cover or running or trying to do something with the systems, is taking cover and pulling out their Ares predators, getting ready to just like try and subdue this massive troll. And I'll spend a plot point for this. One of the employees is able to set something off, and knockout gas activated.
Oh,
knockout
shit.
gas activated.
So much
Walter
worse.
doesn't pulls on her gas man.
And so like this knockout gas comes seeping into that space as this troll is trying to escape, and the troll gives one final like blast through this glass, and the glass just shatters, and then all of this knockout gas starting to seep into the lab.
Yeah.
But at this point, like, this troll is so pissed, and he's just grabbing every lab worker that he can and just tossing them into that room as they like pass out, while others are firing their Ares predators, and bullets are just like ripping into, but he has like the dermal deposits on his skin, so like these bullets are just like hitting him like punches, and just very slowly like whittling away and causing him to bleed, and he's screaming like, ah! So what do you do?
How many scientists are left?
You know, like a couple dozen. I mean, this is a very active
a couple dozen.
lab floor.
Fritz, I'm gonna spend a plot point to go with this, just to try and help it happen. But first, I'm gonna try and do a stealth test. to make sure I can do this stealthily. So that's 10 with 2 rerolls. That's 2. I'm doing a point of edge because that's bad.
Yeah.
Bad. All right, 6 successes on stealth.
All right. Given how panicked everyone is, you very easily are able to avoid notice.
All right, and with my plot point, I'd like to. He walks like with his hands in his pockets, behind all of them shooting. And as he walks by each one, he goes into AR and ejects the magazines from each of their guns individually.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
Love it.
Amazing.
All right, yeah. So you just gotta go bloop bloop bloop, and then like all of these clips just start ejecting, and people are like, "What the fuck? Oh god!" And then like they just start getting mauled. So this troll is just wreaking havoc through all of these lab workers, while you just like kind of watch this onslaught. You could say that this lab is distracted. What would you like to do?
Did Voltar have anything she wanted to do?
I can't do anything if it's unless it's physical because I'm Voltar. I can't deck things or anything like that. I guess
No, I mean you could hit while invisibility. You don't lose invisibility like it's like Dungeons and Dragons or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
Plus,
yeah, you can still fight while you're invisible.
You live here.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Like you got to know
like-
something about something.
Oh
for
yeah,
sure.
definitely. I'm also like trying to get into anarchy mode where I can just be like, oh yeah, the files are this way. Where instead of being like, what do I know about this place?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I have an idea. Okay. Sorry, my brain is not working. Voltar singles out at least 3 of these scientists that seem to be banding together, and the 2 of you can just see that she makes a beeline towards them, and she just gives them both like a solid kick, and they go into each other, so she can just kick them all together. I'll even take out my Escrimus.
Like knock their heads like.
Yeah, pretty much. I'll kick them together and then take out my Escrimus sticks and just like beat the shit out of them.
Cool. Why don't we do this? Give me a stealth test, and if you succeed, you just succeed at it.
If I succeed, I just succeed.
Like you succeed at the head bash, and like you can do whatever you want to.
Yeah, no, I'm digging this song. I was dancing earlier to this.
Yeah.
Boop, and then boop, and then boop for the invisibility. So 5.
Yeah. So you just run up and you just bash these guys' heads together, and they go down like sacks of potatoes.
Nice. And she'll kneel and take one of their cards. Their ID cards.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome.
All right. So you swipe an ID badge.
Yeah.
All right. Let me make sure I write that down.
By the way, Deliverance put on her gas mask. I didn't mention that, but she did that.
Yeah, Voltar does as well.
Fritz was already wearing the knight errant helmet, so.
Neat. All right, so you're all protected from knockout gas, and Voltar has the card. So Voltar, you might as well just take lead. Where do you want to go?
I want to go to the furthest back rooms where she goes behind the desk, swipes the card, and a electronical like window sliding door opens, and it, it's flush with the wall. And it leads down a corridor, and there's a bunch of empty, very surgical looking rooms. Very like.
There's been a plot
doctor-ish.
point for this, right? Because you're just kind of creating the space.
Sure.
So.
That's my last plot point, but sure. And
Make suggestions, chat. Give us plot points.
Yeah, chat. What else is going on in this
Yeah,
in this biotech lab?
remember, I don't think we've mentioned this, but you guys can roleplay the scene of this troll.
Oh yes, yes. You are all these lab workers in chat. You are free to roleplay the panic and fear, and what you do to try and escape
You could be a scientist. You're in our scene. You just can't interact with us too directly.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Also, we're invisible, so not at all.
Yeah, very, very background. And then if it's something that we can use or we just want to use because it's interesting.
You are
then
the
we'll
Wilhelm
interact
screamers.
with you.
Pretty-
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. This is a perfect description.
One guy sitting in a beanbag chair, possibly. Perfect. Just like that, Nick.
Yeah, just like that. So just keep role playing that guy.
Told you guys you shouldn't have fucked with the zombie.
So still okay,
Oh,
this is
the
awesome.
gas, man.
It's gonna be a lot of flailing arms.
Yeah.
Yeah. The guy with the bagel was like, there was a strict 1 bagel limit, but he wanted another fucking bagel all day. And now all of his friends are dying and he's gonna get that bagel.
He was just like, oh!
Throw an intern at the truck.
There you go, dude.
Hey, thanks, Nick Morgan. Holy crap, that's a lot of bits. Thank you so much. We all just got a point of edge.
Yeah.
You beautiful boy. All right,
Amazing.
so
Nick, you so great.
let's get out of here.
Yeah, but
All right, what's going on?
Walter makes a beeline towards the furthest room. I don't know, it's labeled like B11 or something. And she swipes the card again and it opens effortlessly, almost like she knew that scientist was able to open this door.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a room with a bunch of tower computers, and in the far back is a door that's physically and magically locked. And behind that door is actual physical files.
Oh, magically locked? How do things get magically unlocked? Where's my spirit?
I don't know. I'm thinking of like security. Thanks, Hayes Crazy. by the way.
Thanks, Haz,
Thanks,
for all
Haz.
those bits. And wait, what did you say was magically locked?
A door? I'm trying to think of security things that would be for physical papers, because that's like
Sure.
no one has
yeah.
physical things anymore. At least papers.
Yeah. So here, let's find something a little more suited. I know we like the raving song.
It's nice.
All right.
Yeah, this feels a little bit more infiltrate-y.
Yeah.
All of the combat music in Harebrained
I
Scheme
know.
games is fucking rave music.
Oh, none of this. Yeah, but none of this is Harebrained Schemes.
I know,
I haven't uploaded.
but
any
it
stuff,
reminds
yeah.
me that
Yeah.
all of the Shadowrun music you hear when you're fighting in the games is like rave music, so
Yeah.
it fits.
Yeah. So okay. All right. So you enter this room full of just you said matrix servers, and there's one door that Deliverance, when you're peering astrally, you see has basically like a mana barrier on top of it. So being like it's like an arcane. It's what you would call an arcane lock, I guess, in D&D. But like there's a way to do it in Shadowrun that I can't come to mind. But it basically acts as a mana barrier. Yeah, no, that's not a thing. But yeah, so there's a mana barrier on that. So being able to access it, I would say probably physical barrier. It would be like a physical barrier, and a mana barrier wouldn't make
No. We're taking Rat's suggestion.
I like Rat's as a suggestion.
And I'm taking that plot point.
Go ahead.
Damn it!
A glyph.
I don't have any.
Oh no, you can take it. You take it. I have one left. A glyph over a large elaborate lock, which has no opening for keys, but requires telekinetic manipulation of the lock behind the glyph. That's fucking genius. I freaking love that.
Rats.
So I'd have to like, I wonder if my
Nice.
pixie could do it.
Eric,
Anyway, I got
it's
my
like
pixie.
you're a seasoned GM or something. What do you mean?
Like you've been doing this for 20 years.
It's like you've been playing Shadowrun
Yeah,
since like
see?
2nd edition.
Yeah, see? You old fogey. Sorry. I don't know where that came from. Just
And that's when Travis's second character in Pathfinder dies.
All right, so you're in this space. What are y'all running for? What's your goal?
Okay, I'll try to do the lock.
Okay. Let's go ahead and give me. I would assume this is going to be a sorcery test.
Yeah, that seems to make sense. And would I be able to use my pixie to help me in any way?
Yeah, we can make it do a teamwork test. if you'd
Ooh,
like.
never
let's
done
see,
that
does it
before.
Let me see. Does it have? Well, it doesn't have a sorcery skill. What? I guess I wouldn't have sorcery skills because that's not a.
Yeah, it's like kind of a bruiser.
It's a bruiser.
That's what the Spirit of Mana is, yeah.
Yeah. So.
So then just willpower to help me, or not at all? Okay. So sorcery.
Oh no,
then?
it could. Yeah, no, you're right. It could do. No, because sorcery you have to be trained in it, I think, to even use to even default on it. Just let me double check. Probably. I mean, that's how I would do it. Yeah, cannot use untrained. So yeah, your spirit cannot help you.
All right. So I will then attempt to reach out astrally and manipulate the lock.
All right, cool.
5 successes.
Ooh, wait.
Was that not good? Not good?
No, because I was thinking because it's like because you have to do like some actual fine manipulation. I kind of want to make this an agility plus sorcery. I feel like that's the right level of sauce.
Agility plus, so it's
here.
Sorcery plus instead of willpower, agility.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, re-rolling. 7 successes.
Oh, bold.
12 dice.
Jesus. That door is open.
All 6s too. Oh no, 1
I remember this one time I was.
Yeah, right.
to
This is a
do
great
surgery.
time for a glitch die.
I remember this one time
It
I
truly
was.
is.
Yeah,
Truly
roll a
is.
glitch die. Roll a glitch die.
I was doing something with surgery and I got
Nothing
all
happens on it.
6s, and then it was since it was Shadowrun 5e, I kept re-rolling and I kept getting successes. It was insane.
Nice. That's
It was
awesome.
insane.
Is that a thing? I think it's just Shadowrun. I know
Only when
Shadowrun
you're-
1e does
Exploding
It could
dice.
have been just the GM.
Exploding
I don't
dice.
know, it's been a
There's
while.
I remember
there's a tiny
there being
exploding dice.
exploding dice in SR5.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like when you get if you
Yeah.
Spend edge and then you can
yeah,
explode.
exactly.
Then yeah, you spend edge to
Edge.
explode them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
you
or
free edge
something.
if
Come on,
you-
Shadowcasters chat.
Who cares?
Okay, so 7.
Yeah. So you have to you very slowly. You're just like right, and you're just like manipulating these glyphs around this like almost like miniature labyrinth, right? So that you can
love it.
like just like manipulate the mana. Like
It's like one of those shitty mazes you get in at McDonald's like Happy Meals, or
Yeah.
it's like you tilt it to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it feels like you're doing that in astral space, right? To get this like this little piece of energy, get to the center, and then
Deliverance
the
goes. I
door
hate
unlocks.
puzzle. I hate puzzle mini games.
Yeah. you almost fucked it up. Like this is one of the, you know that also that other labyrinth that has like the little holes that the pebble can fall or the marble can fall through. So like you almost like messed it up, and then you were able to like and get it in there. So the door pops open, and behind that door is an entire archive of so many boxes of just paper. Like these are old files from like as you're like rushing, think like those archive rooms that you see in movies that are just like lots of metal racks with like boxes and boxes and bins of very like organized paperwork. So like as you're running through, you're seeing stuff that's like categorized, and you're seeing stuff from like 2030s or so, like basically from the inception of Ares and this department all the way up to like maybe 2050s when they stopped using paper records.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna spend a plot point, if that's okay. If you guys don't have any other exciting things you have planned here, and Deliverance is gonna walk kind of through this like musty smelling room, to like she kind of goes to the end, and past the paper there's one small shelf, and it's filled with film reels.
I was about to do that too.
Ah, nice.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, so I'm gonna
do it.
and she finds one, she kind of like looks through them casually, and her pixie like flies up beside her and then kind of like knocks on one of them. And it's one that says, it's got like masking tape on it, and written in Sharpie it says Vogel.
Ooh. Ooh. That's so good.
Instead of a film reel, can it be like something a little more
Tape
modern?
okay.
Yeah, but even not even that. Like
an
drive.
like a USB drive, like outdated data.
Yeah, like a data stick.
What about not a cred stick, but just like a data stick?
I have an idea, because I was doing this today with my Shadowrun 5e stuff. Trodes. What if it was just something that actually had like to relive in the moment, basically? So you put them on and you could actually see what happens.
Like a pensive.
Like VR. A VR headset. That's what you thought.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, I was thinking there's something a little more cinematic other than like a floppy disk.
Yeah, so there's this machine right off to the side, right? It's like you have all these trodes and you like plug it into the SimSense chip.
SimSense, that's it.
Yeah, and it says Vogel. Interesting.
She's gonna pluck it off the shelf. No time to mess with it right now. But you know what I'll do? I turn to Voltar and I say, you might want to take a look at this. I don't know if it's useful for. Anyway, here you go.
Yeah, she'll take it in her hands. Interesting.
I guess we are invisible. We could have time.
I mean, right now you have a there's a troll that's basically ravaging the outside lab, and alarms are starting to blare. Subject, subject. I don't know what the term would be. Subject
released.
Yeah.
At large.
Subject at large. Exactly. Yeah. And so they need to like find. They're basically alerting the building, like, hey, shit's happening here. Help.
Yeah.
And whatever security happens to be in the building potentially could be coming this way.
Yeah.
To take down this troll.
So I say grab stuff and let's get out of here. Even if it's just random stuff that we can just chuck, just grab stuff. Because since these are all physical copies, and like I said, there are computer towers, which Fritz, I would imagine you can do something with that. I don't know what would be in it.
Yeah, while we're back there, are you looking at anything? Oh, we can find secrets for the people, for the O-Town people.
Yeah. Well, that's your thing.
Just plug it into a computer tower.
They wouldn't have computer towers here, would they? It's not.
They have servers.
There you go, servers.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking of.
I would see Fritz as a technomancer. You could probably find a way to like if you're because I'm thinking of a specific technomancer-y thing. Never mind. I know that there's a way to like touch a piece of electronics as a technomancer, and then you like have access to it. I don't know. Anyway.
Why don't I have that?
I don't know. Maybe I don't. Maybe I never made it for because it's not like a base anarchy thing. Anyway, whatever. We'll talk about this later. But we could have it like, you can connect your you can connect the chip, the data chip for Motown. Somehow get it connected to the. Ooh, thanks for that resub. Yes, Nell. You can get it connected somehow. Like maybe via what's it called, an adapter. You can get it connected into the server.
I do that.
Okay, all right. So you just basically now this server has a lot of data on it. And as you're scrubbing through it, chat, I also want your assistance here on what interesting Ares stuff do they find that the biotech labs would have in their archives. But while they're adding on to the stuff that they could steal, I want to spend a plot point.
Go for it, man.
And Fritz, you notice a file, and this file is marked with, the file name is your name.
Wait, like flat out, like it's like
His real name?
the real name?
Yes.
Shit, dude.
What is this file name?
This file name says Thomas Mueller.
Okay. Yeah, so you have a Thomas Mueller data file. And there's I assume you might want to open that.
Yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Does he recognize his own name?
I would say that no, because he didn't know his name before.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That was established. He was talking to the archivist episodes ago.
Yeah, he was like, "What's my
that's
name?"
right.
He didn't
yeah.
know his name, so he sees this and he has a fucking what's that movie that plays in reverse, like memories wise?
Memento.
Yeah, he has a memento moment where it just fucking hits him in the face. And yeah, he'll open it.
All right. And in it is all of this information about your time at Neonet. Basically, Ares has purchased and has somehow come across all of this information about the experiments that you led to save your daughter, and ultimately what happened to you. And they have purchased, they have somehow come across this data, and all of this is starting to flood back to you. And fact that Ares, not just Ares, the fact that Copper Colton somehow got access to this and just left it here in the archives. You have no idea if Copper Colton even knows about this. It could have been someone that was biotech before. But somebody was interested in this research. And without me revealing that information, right? You feel a pull from the resonance, and you hear the voice of the archivist saying, "So this is what it was."
Yeah.
I would like to see more of the file. I want to see all of the file. Please, you must archive this. This is important for all of the technomancers to know.
Why?
Information is power. We must have all of the information we can. Your brothers and sisters, the technomancers out there in the world that follow me, that have access to all of my knowledge, if they ever need to come across something like this, they can. You would be contributing to the archive. So I'm going to offer you a choice here. And you don't have to make it right now. I mean, you do, but not like right now. You can choose to allow the archivist to have access to all of these files, put it in your memory vault, right? Or you can choose to delete this entirely. But you have a feeling that doing this will spurn the archivist.
the technomancers that have access to the archive, how many of them are in the corporations?
Working within or working as? You know, the archive is open to anyone who wants to contribute to the archive as well. And like now that you're speaking more and more, right? Like you're getting closer into the resonance and you're like your vision is just starting to like star blur, you know? Like when you press down on your eyeballs, and like now is when you see like on your eyelids, and now is when you're seeing the shape of like that floating rectangular wireframe, rectangular block, and it like forms into the shape of your memory vault, and that is what's speaking to you.
So if this information is added to the archive, it's only available to be accessed by those that have also given to the archive.
Yes, and that request it.
Won't they have to pay a price of information worth receiving this information?
Of course. You see,
how much is this information worth to you, Archivist?
all information is worth something to me. And this in particular, well, these experiments, I assume, how you even accomplish such a feat of changing your metatype. Something like this would be worth quite a lot. Of course, I don't deal in things like Nuyen. I have no use for it.
Of course. But my thought is that if someone wants access to this information, they have to give just as much back. And I want to be able to trust that you will make them pay that price if they want this information. So if anyone who works for or with a corporate entity like this has to give exactly what they take, so that everyone else has their laundry as well. So something I can trust you to do,
Well,
because this is worth everything.
You could, but let me broaden your horizons a bit. You are limiting access to this information to those who can provide something equally valuable. Those same people the people who wouldn't have the information that large, but perhaps really need something like this information. You're asking me to withhold it. You're asking me to gatekeep information from someone who may absolutely require it for their own means, for something important.
Yes, I am. Because I am not asking you to pick sides or favorites, because I know that you do not view me as worth more than any other member of the archive, and I don't expect you to. But what I do expect is that you adhere to your own rules. And the equivalent exchange of information stays in place. This information is worth so much. And if someone requires access to it, they have to give just as much. For those that desperately need it, I am not asking much more than doing exactly what I'm doing right now. Which is exactly what you're here for.
You can go ahead and give me a negotiation test.
Can that be with logic instead of charisma? Because I'm cute? Because my charisma is 2.
What are your benefits with the archivist? Out of curiosity.
+1 if non-cyber combat.
No. Well, no.
That's my benefit.
No, isn't there something else? Like you get a...
Paragon, +1 die to non-cyber combat, may re-roll a glitch die when searching for information. Those are my direct components.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so,
I am hitting him with logic. Like,
you are
I'm
hitting
just...
him with logic. Fine. I'll give you that. I'll give you logic negotiation.
Sick! Alright, cool.
I will accept your petitioning.
And it's not cyber combat, so I get a +1, and I'm in VR now, so that's +2. Alright, it's still not going to be much, but hopefully it's something. So that's 3. I'm going to use a point of edge to try and make this as much as I can. So that's 8, which is now 7. So that's 5 successes. Wait, I don't re-roll. I keep asking this all the time, but I don't also do the re-rolls again if I...
You do.
If I do edge,
That's
right?
what we've been doing.
How come you rerolled
Right.
7?
No.
I re-rolled 7 because I got another success on the re-rolls.
So shouldn't you
Yeah,
reroll?
so there's
So-
only 7
yeah.
left.
Yeah, so there's only 7 left, so I did the next one. And so I don't re-roll my re-rolls on edge.
Right.
Okay, so 5 successes.
The archivist continues to rotate, and the vault door cracks open and says, "Please, I accept to these terms."
Fritz like holds this just like resonance cube in his hand that represents the information. And he could so easily just delete it, but he moves his hand forward and it glides into the vault.
Yeah. Something I do want to add is, like, you know, as you're looking at this cube before you let it go, it's swirling around inside of it is text and like like everything that you could possibly need to know, like all of these data files of your experiments, and like all of it is just coming back to you like you're reading through the document, but all of it's just swirling inside of this cube, and then that's when you let it go. So you are privy to all of that information again, and you throw it into this vault, and the vault seals. Remember, Fritz, that this vault is meant to store the memories that are important. You don't have much time left with your own memories, your own brain's capabilities. Should you ever need to access it again, know that it is here.
Dankeschön. Don't... My name is Thomas.
I know now. I've already read your file.
Please, use my name going forward. And then he'll pop back up in VR, or out of VR.
All right. And you reappear in this server room. Deliverance and Voltar, you've just been, I guess, really just watching him skimming through files in VR, right? And he's just been kind of passed out, and he finally just wakes up. Fritz, you don't even remember putting yourself actually in VR.
Mm-hmm.
You were just browsing in AR, and then all of a sudden you just ended up in virtual reality.
Have we got something? Is this good enough?
I could not find anything that condemned Ares. I can continue browsing. I was
actually, here.
Preoccupied.
I'll take some plop. Yeah, as you browse more, like, quickly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take oh man, there's two really good ones, and this is really...
Do both.
Yeah, do both.
But this is like too much. It's too much. Like, it's either one or the other. I won't accept.
Really?
I won't accept more. Yeah. I think I'm gonna take...
I want the one that damages them the most, and I'll spend a plot point if that allows them to get the one that... I want the one that...
This'll do.
Fucks them. All right.
The one that's gonna fuck them the most is Nick Morgan's suggestion. DNA and biometrics on all of high-level Ares execs.
That's so good.
Nice, dude. Absolutely.
It seems almost too easy to be able to access.
That's fantastic.
Well, I would say, like, it's maybe like a very encrypted file, right? Like, let's go ahead and say, like, if you want access to that file, do a hacking test.
Okay.
And you can give yourself your archivist bonus on that if you want.
Right. Well, I always give myself archivist bonuses if it's not cyber combat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, this is encryption. Would this be under security, which is what I did for my new hacking specialization? Like breaching the security of this.
Oh, this is so a breach of security.
Okay,
Holy
so
balls.
security, cool. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm about to roll some lot of dice. So let's count them up, because I haven't done that since early season 2 or season 1. Let's count them up.
Yeah,
so,
26 episodes in. I think you're due the Ares
6
executive
6
biometrics.
Logic plus 5 hacking is 11. Plus 1 from Archivist is 12. Plus 1 from VR is 13. And then plus 2 from specialization is 15 dice with 2 rerolls for a cerebral booster. It's the most dice I've rolled in one go this season, I believe.
15 dice.
That's 6 successes, as well as another one, so that's 7 successes.
Since we don't ever really get to see you use it, I would like you to roll a glitch die. It'll probably go well, because you can reroll that glitch die, right?
Yeah, may re-roll a glitch die. Yeah, I can re-roll a glitch die when searching for information in the matrix.
I just want to see you do it.
So that's 3. All right.
Do you want to re-roll it to try and get an exploit?
No,
we're so afraid of glitch dice because they've effed us up so bad in the past.
I'm doing it! No!
Oh!
Oh my god! Why, Travis? Why?
Because welcome to Join the Anarchy, where the points are made up and
Our lives don't matter.
Nothing matters.
Cool. So you're ripping this this file of Ares biometric data, and literally just as you're about to pull the biometric data of Ares CEO Damian Knight, you get shut from the system, and suddenly it's just like blaring security everywhere in the
Okay, but hang on though. Isn't a glitch like he succeeds but something terrible happens?
Yeah. So
like 7.
Here's
So you
basically
got
what it
most
is.
of them.
You still
just
got
didn't-
Ares. Yeah, you got a bunch of Ares executives and a bunch of like old ones too. Because I mean, this is also archives, but you rip a bunch of stuff from like past and present.
Yeah.
And just before you're able to get to like some of the super high level ones, like Damian Knight, the system shuts you out. So that's what it is. So you have a lot of really good pay data.
Well, so I'm unable to ever try breaking into this again.
Yeah, like we'll say that the glitch, like you're basically that this data file kind of like removes itself and like goes into the ether, into the matrix
You could
ether.
just have it go into security shutdown mode where it shuts down completely and like reboots. Therefore, for example, it's kind of like Voltar shutting down. Like if she shuts down, Fritz doesn't really have access to her. I would imagine it's kind of like that, where it goes into like 24-hour shutdown mode for security reasons. Since these files are so important,
Right.
you know.
So we could say like, so you had like you have a partial download basically, and you're gonna have to you have a partial download. You have a lot of executive like complete files, but there's some that are missing, including Damian Knight. And then yes, the servers go into a 24-hour security shutdown. So you will not be able to access those files for another 24 hours. Chances are you won't be here in 24 hours. Okay. And I think with that, Fritz, you see in AR your let me see where I can find this. This was the you see the old shape of a little somebody who belongs upstairs on the upper levels, the security spider.
Oh.
And she goes, "There you are." And I think with that, we're gonna take a break. So we'll be back in 10 minutes. Stay tuned for more Join the Anarchy goodness. And feel free to help us out while we're on break. Anyway, so 10-minute break. See you in a bit. Cliffhanger! Hello everybody and welcome back to Join the Anarchy, the interactive and improvised Shadowrun Anarchy actual play here on ShadowcastersNetwork. And we are still... No, I say that like I'm exhausted, but I'm having a lot of fun. I don't know about you. Yeah, just like traversing the entire Ares headquarters. It's been intense, and it's about to get intenser. So
Each floor a new surprise.
Yes. All right. So, Fritz, you've just been found. There's alarms, but something that you know. You have all of this biometric data, probably also Copper Colton's. So this is not just excellent blackmail material on him, it's blackmail material on like a whole ton of Ares executives.
Yep.
So this would suffice to meet your objectives. Assuming that you do the right things with it. But you are currently being stared down by security spiders. You know that in any moment there will probably be mechanical forces on their way. What do you do?
He cuts out of AR to subvocal the team and say, "We have to leave now." And then he'll cut back to AR and he'll say, I see you're still trying your intimidation tactics, though if I remember correctly, about a few hours ago, the first time you tried that, you took a nap, which I'm assuming you've just woken up from. Is that about where it lands?
Yeah, well, I won't make that same mistake again. And she's gonna fling a data spike at you. So can you go ahead and give me that firewall, logic plus firewall. That's how defense works.
Logic plus logic. That's what you're saying.
Oh yeah, because you're a technomancer.
Yeah.
Your firewall is your logic.
My firewall is my logic. Holy shit! So that's actually
a lot. Yeah.
Boop and boop. 6 successes.
Okay. Are you comfortable with this level of success?
I'm gonna say yes.
Oh my god! I need to edge this. This is garbage.
How much edge? Look
at Trav's face.
How much edge do I have?
Yeah.
2 out of 3.
Okay.
I'm fine.
I was gonna say for shits and giggles, just because I'm confident in you, but I would like you to re-roll
because I have 7 edge. So 7. I don't know. Walter's gonna pat you on the back and just go, "You're doing great."
Yeah, I'm sure he's not intimidating our main problem right now with his words.
Palmer's asking what her data spike
antagonizing.
looks like. While you're re-rolling. The data spike,
what
so it's Aries, right? So there's always like this military theme going. So I'm just gonna say it's like she lifts her arms and then it's like Gatling gun, like her fists just rotate and then like just bullets coming at you.
All right, so 8 successes on the dodge.
Yeah, you so dodge that data spike. Like she means nothing to you.
And I'm going to immediately follow up the dodge with a resonance spike.
All right.
But looking at things, that's tasking. Yes. Resonance spike is tasking. Yeah.
Yes.
Have I been rolling tasking for that? Because I've only ever done it a couple times.
Several times. You've asked several times, but you should be rolling tasking plus logic.
Okay, I'm pretty sure. Okay, then if you've given it to me several times, then I've been doing it the whole time. I don't use this as much as I should.
You gotta increase that tasking skill, man.
You gotta increase the tasking.
We gotta get more karma for that.
So yeah, I just used all my karma to get more edge.
Yeah, I'm out.
So that's Stinky plus that and that and that and that's okay. So that's whammo kablammy. That's 4 successes. I'm going to use more edge.
I think she's gonna use edge as well.
Because I want to make her look like a chump, because that's funny to me. 10 successes.
Oh, wow.
Mother.
Damn it.
Mother.
Fritz is not kidding around.
I have so few plot points.
Oh, that must be rough.
Fine.
That's a shame.
All right, you have 2 net hits.
10 damage.
I got 8. 10 damage. All right. Describe how you fucking waste her in the Matrix.
So here's exactly what happens again. He says, "So you're looking for that to happen again.
Jesus.
I won't let that happen this time." And she shoots. She like does her big Gatling gun thing, and he moves out of the way and says, "Yes, you will," and then flicks his hand just like he did before, and she just bam.
So badass. Every time she like ramps up and she's so scary, and you're like,
I know.
Yeah.
Glitch, please. Yeah, go ahead and give yourself the glitch, please plot point.
Yeah.
Also, Scrim, give yourself for that pun.
Oh
Yeah, dude, absolutely.
I really want that on a t-shirt.
Glitch, please.
There is
That's
no way
the
that
shirt.
is not a t-shirt.
That is
sure
the
it
t-shirt.
is. Yeah.
Okay,
Glitch.
hold on. I'm gonna. This is one. Like we always say, yeah, t-shirts.
Yeah.
But this is like that's definitely one that applies
It's
to
like
many.
Yeah.
That's all encompassing.
But like I've said, like I'm pretty sure it's already one. Is what I'm saying. Like it's
Yeah.
just it's so good that it's taken. It's gotta be.
Yep.
But yeah,
Glitch.
absolutely.
I'm finding it.
Glitch, please.
Fritz
Yeah.
swiped left.
Not interested.
Which is funny because the very first episode he was on a fake date from a dating app.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that. Memories.
Yeah.
Montage.
Both times she has gotten super unlucky with my rolls. I just 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's knocked the fuck out, isn't she? Like,
Oh yeah, no, she
I
just
dumped
dissipates
her.
into pixels. Yeah, she gets knocked out of the Matrix yet again.
but is she like unconscious in meat space as well? Like, does that?
yes.
Yeah. Like the jump shock just like clocked her. With that
Well,
one.
no, because you deal stun damage, right?
Yep.
It says matrix damage.
Yeah. So she is not. If I remember correctly, she's not a technomancer.
Right.
I should not have been playing as.
No,
yes,
I think
she
no,
is
she's-
not a technomancer.
Yeah, she's a rigger or something like that. Like I have it
Right,
set as
she was
riggers, and then there's not.
Yeah, she's a Decker rigger. So
Yeah.
she would have
Yeah,
been
she's
defending
down.
with. Yeah. So it would have been with
Yeah.
firewall.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, if
she's out of the Matrix basically.
Yeah,
and she's
yeah.
been.
But she's not unconscious in real
should,
life.
she should be, because from what I remember, if it goes past your firewall and if it does enough stun damage, you will go down and you'll be unconscious. Because I've
Yeah,
had
doesn't
that
she?
happen
But she also
before.
takes stun. She like takes like big dump shock, right?
She has like a
Like-
Matrix. She has a Matrix. The difference between technomancers and
Yeah.
Deckers is Deckers have a third health bar basically. for the
Right. Okay.
Matrix.
Right.
So once that's out, they're kicked out of the Matrix. Like you bricked her deck basically.
Yeah.
But,
Again.
Yeah.
She's a
Any extra would go to her basically.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Um,
Gotcha.
Right. Technomancers, they don't have that. They don't have that luxury. They just have a way higher firewall because you're logic plus logic.
It's like the coolest thing I've done with Fritz is just bully the shit out of this Ares spider.
I just like what Storm's
God.
Ares IT is gonna be.
Yeah, but her self-esteem is like making her look like an idiot in front of her other teammates
Yeah.
is exactly what
She's putting in a
Like-
ticket for another one. They're like, fuck, what's her name again? Doxy? Trixie?
Doxy, yeah, it was
Doxy the gnome.
and she
Yeah.
is so pissed. Like if you just like smash cut to her in the 340th floor, she's like, "God fucking damn it!" And she just rips off these, just rips everything off,
Yanks her
rips off her
jacket.
data jacket, says, "Fucking destroy them!"
I like all the other
She's-
workers are doing
she's-
that thing where they're
she's-
awkward and they're
Yeah,
like, oh,
she's
God.
a gnome too, so she's jumping and like doing her
Yeah.
fist like da da da.
Yeah.
Jumping on her deck.
Yeah. Madam.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fritz pops out and then looks back at them and sees that they haven't moved just quite yet, and he's like, "Now."
All right, so you run out of the. I assume, right? You're all running
Yeah,
out of the.
Yeah.
You go back onto the slab. So this troll has just fucking decimated this entire lab, and at this point, this battalion of Ares, like high level Ares security, has is currently like in tactical positions, like fucking assault rifling this troll while it's just Hulk smashing through. What would you like to do? The elevator is across all of that shit.
Mm-hmm. Do you have another invisibility? Are we still invisible?
You should still be invisible. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just stealth through.
Yeah. Just
Shit.
walk on. Yeah.
Okay. And I forget. So invisibility is sustained
Reroll.
stuff. No, but sustained stuff is a thing, right? In
Yeah, she can't cast any other spell without closing.
Or she
thing.
can't sustain another spell.
I believe so, yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I'm like, how did I
just know that you
forget
can't do
sustaining is a
something.
thing? Right?
You need to concentrate.
Yeah. Sustain. Yes. Yeah. If you had a sustaining focus, you could sustain an additional spell. So yeah. So basically, if you ever wanted to sustain another spell, then you would have to drop the invisibility. But for now, you can just keep it up, like whatever. Doesn't bother you. All right. So yeah. So you're all gonna. All right. So you're all gonna stealth through this hail of bullet fire, and troll rage. So think like in video games when you have like the giant boss and you're just like, ah! And it's just like sudden Hulk smash sweeps over and things are flying over your head and you're like, oh god.
I can't believe I dodged that.
That is what you're trying to dodge. So go ahead and give me them stealth test, please.
Straight agility, here we go.
I'm re-rolling mine.
With two, well, you also have 2 rerolls for being invisible.
That's true. You know what?
I got 6.
I'm gonna let your giant chunks of dice pass through. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pre-edge.
Okay.
So that's 2 in total, and then a reroll.
Yeah, hold up your totals so that I can. All right, so 4, 5, and 6 is what I'm seeing, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, do you not have edge, Scrim?
I pre-edged.
Oh.
You're free to spend more edge to reroll.
We also have.
I mean,
we also have
It'd be like
team
3 more
player
dice,
over
yeah.
here overflow.
No,
with.
it wouldn't be 3 more dice. It would be 1 more. I have a total of 5 dice, and I rerolled 2.
Right. Oh yeah, so it's not even worth it.
So I don't think it's really worth it. Yeah.
Okay. So are you comfortable with this level of success?
Yep.
Okay. So you all position yourselves, you like take the cover at just the right times. You even crouch next to an officer that's in the middle of like just, oh god, and then like he gets yanked out from next to you. You're like, gotta go, and you just keep running.
That's my cue.
Fritz has that assault rifle from a couple floors ago, like on a sling on his back, and as the guy gets yanked off, he grabs a mag from his tack vest. And like he grabs the mag and starts to slip it out, and then the guy slips away from the mag. He's like,
and I think I want to spend a point of edge on this. Well, this isn't. Yeah, because I get to. No, because my edge would just be for like, whatever. I'm trying to think, like, right? Can I edge stuff? Yeah, GM can use edge.
Yeah, you're a GM. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what my GM points are. It's for that, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Totes. Okay.
You are the whirl.
God, I always roll so shitty. All right. So, Deliverance, you notice that the troll like literally looks at you and tries to swipe, but you're able to just like dodge out of the way in time. And I feel like it might suddenly click at that moment that trolls have thermographic vision.
Yeah.
So while you are invisible from everyone else and you're like, evading bullet fire, like this troll tried to take a swipe at you, but you were able to dodge out of the way just in time. So you all make it across this whole scene, and you can either take the elevator or you can take the escape stairs, or I don't know, what do you want to do?
Fritz will walk into the elevator.
Well, I don't want to split the party. I would take the stairs though, because I don't want to ping Copper again.
Yeah, exactly. Since we're at like a high level of whatever, unless
I guess we probably have to.
I have an idea. What kind of security guards are these again? These like high level clearance.
High level executive, yeah.
I'm gonna spend my last plot point and say that the troll knocks one closest to Voltar, and he just goes unconscious, and she just slips off his glove and puts her hand to his and copies his handprint.
Nice.
Love it.
So
that's how you spend plot points. That's so good.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll name him Bob or something.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
This gives me an idea.
High level executive.
Yeah, that's what I was
High level Ares executive security.
How many elevators are there next to this one?
So the higher up you go, the more that the building, it becomes less accessible, right?
Yeah.
So I would say at this point you're maybe looking, since you have to service another 100 floors, probably like four elevators.
Okay. Fritz will lean out as well and say, I also have an idea. And beckons, and he looks at like the data that she just collected from that guy and is like, I have his biometric data as well already. It's everybody's.
Oh.
Well, you have you have top level executive, not executive security.
No, so just like executive
Top
people?
level.
You have like people that sit in boardrooms and make decisions.
Yeah.
You have directors and you have managers, you have not even managers.
So
the managers. The managers
people
are
more powerful than that guy?
You're
like above,
we're talking directors. So like
Gotcha.
Copper Colton's level and above. VPs.
Yeah.
Like that, and VPs.
Can he like
and
download it
I know
all into her hand?
I'm gonna say the thing is,
I can just send it to you.
touch them.
Yeah.
So if you-
Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
she could. Yes, she could. She could.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Here's let's get into the elevator and I can explain my thought process.
Yeah, Volta roll.
First of all, I will do that. He sends the biometric data to her handprints. And he sends her a list, and it's just too many names. But he's like, you have access to all these people's handprints now. I will send a copy to Deliverance and say, here's this for you for whatever reason. Just a word of warning. I am putting together a package of all of the information I can collect from Ares, and then I'm going to send it to every being on this planet that I can.
Information is free, as I say.
Yeah. He'll be the first one. He'll be the first on the cinder list.
Voltar, like this list of names is just crowding your AR vision, and it's like your
Just trying to read
backdrop.
them,
Your
like, all right, I know
backdrop
that
is your backdrop is the glass elevator that's just like looking down over Detroit, and then like all of these names just. Yeah, Voltar is Ares now. That's right.
Yeah, right.
Voltar's Ares. So we get into this one, and he says, use the security guard's handprint on this one and get us as high as you can. And then I'm going to spend a plot point. I'm going to hack into the other 3 elevators and use 3 different biometric signatures to make them go up at the same time. The one furthest from us is going to be Copper Colton. And I'm going to have that go up, and I'm going to count to 3, and then I'm going to have the next one be someone else, and I'm going to have the next one be someone else.
Yes.
And
nice.
Yeah, so he times it so that they all go up. It's not like one at a time. It's like one goes up, and the second one goes up, and then this one starts going up like at the same time as the second one, and then the third one, and it's all just weird mumbo jumbo. So he has all 4 elevators start moving up.
Excellent.
I'd like to make a quick call as we're going up.
A quick call.
I'm gonna call Nomad again.
Okay. So, your comlink rings as this elevator starts to rise further, even higher, like impossibly high. You're in clouds right now, basically. Like you can't even see Detroit at this point. It's just below cloud cover. Nomad will like, and because you're so high up and you're not really like, it's like at this point. The based on the crackling that's going on the other line, it's almost like you have to be on Ares specific networks up here in order to even have good matrix access. Like general public matrix access, the grid is just like it's leaving you as you're going up. And Nomad answers and says, "Oh, you're good. What's going on?"
I might lose you quick here, but I've got some info. I've got an exchange for Rolodex.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You summoned me.
Hi. I've got something for you. How do you like the biometric data of all of the executive team of Ares?
Nomad's face, or rather, Nomad's face controlled by Rolodex and the CFD that it courses through Nomad's veins. Rolodex just grins this like Cheshire cat smile on Nomad's face that you've never seen on your brother before, and
It's like creepy.
Right. He says, how do you want to exit from the building?
With style. How about a helicopter?
Damn
Oh,
right.
I can do you better.
Oh!
Get to a helipad on the building, and I'll ensure that there's an escort.
Perfect. And she starts transferring like the top 5 execs data that she like the big, all the vice presidents, senior vice presidents. She starts transferring all their data.
Oh my!
Rolodex.
You're not kidding. Well then.
We don't fuck around.
Well, neither do I. Hey, thanks for that.
Thanks,
We
Coop.
all got a point of edge.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Coop.
I figure this information will soon be useless, so I can give it all away.
Way to dick 'em, dude. Hell yeah.
Rolodex.
When you get to a helipad, make sure you send us a message. Basically, ping yourself on the building, and I would advise that you expect us coming in hot.
Noted. All right. Can I speak back to Nomad again?
The phone call ends.
Ah, fuck. I guess this is a bad time anyway.
Fritz's face kind of his mouth kind of twitches into like a half grin. Because he was kind of like looking. He was like just his eyes were staring through the glass and everything because he was listening in to the phone call, and he looks over to Deliverance and says, Damian Knight's office has a helipad.
Right, he does.
And Deliverance smiles and says, "Well, I think we should collect the whole set. What do you think?" Voltar?
Where is this elevator going?
To cop the 308, right?
308?
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta
Coppers.
We're gonna stop. We're gonna stop by Co-op Copper. We're like Fritz said, we're not leave. We can't just leave. This is our last time being in Ares headquarters.
Yeah.
Can't just leave. We've got to fucking do everything.
Voltar.
Is it? Sorry, go ahead.
Floor
Voltar,
308. Executive residential.
Voltar looks away from her AR for a moment because it's still scrolling with names. She looks at Fritz and then looks at Deliverance. We have come this far. We might as well go out with a bang, as they say.
Yeah. Yeah. The last time I saw anything relating to Damian Knight, he doesn't sound like the nicest guy. He sounds like quite the douche.
Yeah, he's a total playboy. But Minerva did mention he has not made a public appearance in a year.
Yeah.
Year and a half, something like that. 2
I
years,
think his public appearance will be sooner than people anticipated.
Well, I don't expect he might not actually be here, so don't put all the eggs in one basket. But Damien, the person.
Have any eggs.
It's an expression from Damian Knight may not be here, but his belongings are, and his information most likely is.
Let's fuck his shit up.
Plot points to all three of you, please. For,
Nice,
for
dude.
this plot. Oh my god.
Amazing.
First stop, and he turns towards the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Walter walks out.
Yep. Ding. Let's see. Where do we want to set this?
How should I write the handprints? Just like high executives, high VIP, high.
Yeah.
high
Just
vice
go.
president?
Yeah. Just go. Aries executives,
Okay.
and then you can put in parentheses. Yeah, that's right. Plural.
All of them.
I'm doing it.
This infill is the pinkest of mohawks.
Is this our pinkiest mohawk ever?
We started out pretty trench coat, and we have definitely.
When you're in a world headquarters, you don't like it. Like you're basically running a clock to see how long you can stay black trench coat before you're forced into pink mohawk.
I feel like you guys have been
Anarchy.
going back and forth though.
We have.
Yeah.
There's been
A
like
little bit. That's true. That's true.
It's such a big building that once you get like 100 floors away from where you fucked up, it's like a clean slate.
It kind of is.
We also all three have like burned every bridge in our entire lives now.
Yeah.
And so we are like totally rogue agents. We have nothing to lose. We can just go
Absolutely
into Damien
not.
Knight's office and be like, "What up, bro?"
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
dude.
jump on his bed.
If we like this information's getting out whether or not like whatever happens to our biosignatures, if they kill us, we die martyrs and they lose anyway.
Die as heroes.
Oh no, you
The
killed 3
public.
people? Oh no, you killed 3 people? Oh, you lost 2 A's! Can't buy those vowels back.
There's only one A in Aries, bitches.
so
All right.
We are so confident.
right.
Die.
Unearthly
You,
confidence.
The best way.
Completely forgot that we have to go through the entire security.
Oh, there's a
protocol
Shark Tank.
Yeah. This is Shark Tank
Right.
2. All right, here we go.
Yeah. So this floor is a series of. This is a stark difference from the. So first off, there's this music playing, happening like in this, on this
Strange.
floor.
Bongo music.
Yeah, it's got
All I'm
like
hearing
this.
is bongo music.
Yeah. You're not in his residence. What you're in is like
Yeah, we're in like a.
the difference between this floor and the floor that you were on a while back of like the lower level residence is just stark. I mean, these are grandiose hallways, you know, like the doors open and like the center of like these elevators is this, there's like a big chandelier, the center table with the big vase, and you have like, you know, everything's like this gold color with like dark woods and like all of these materials that you don't normally see anymore, and you basically like can go it, like the floor is the hallway is basically like a series of, it's like an H basically, like you're in the center. Well, no, because if you're in the no, you would have to be at the edges, right? So in order to see the skyline, right? So when you come out of here, you basically have like hallway, it's like a T. Hallway forward and hallway to your left and right, and that's it. It's just big, grand, wide hallway, carpet runner, and like 4 doors, and that's it. You have like 2 doors down the hallway this way, and then 1 door that way, 1 door that way, and like those are the only suites here available for these directors. And like there's probably more floors like this, right, for this level of executive. And then, you know, you can only imagine what the other floors for like VPs and stuff would look like. Now, of course, Voltar knows exactly where her father lives. I'll let you pick
Down the
whichever
hall to
door
the
you
left.
want. Down the hall to the left. All right, so you go left. You go alongside this this windowed wall overlooking the clouds, and the sun is again. It's just rising. It's like 9 in the morning at this point, and you arrive at Copper Colton's door.
Immediate matrix scan.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception. Matrix perception, please.
So that's still willpower logic, right? Sorry. That's what I have it written down.
Yeah. You just get your matrix bonuses to it.
Right. Okay, cool. So that's
Search for
and
audio. I can't find like a specific track that I want. I'll just add it in.
14. 3 successes. I'm going to spend a point of edge because this is rather important. Okay, 7 successes on the perception.
You get 3 accents in that entire
Yeah,
spiel. Good job.
absolutely.
Just making sure I get the right song. That wasn't the right song. Okay.
Hold on, I'm gonna be blown out for a second.
All right. So 7 successes. You said.
Yes,
Okay. Are you comfortable with this level of success?
gonna have to be.
Voltar hugs her friends, puts an arm around both of them, and no, she'll tell them that I don't know what will happen next, but I consider you two as family, and I want to get through this with you two. And I'll give them both a edge. So I'll have 4 instead of 6.
I think you just you choose. They can spend your you can when they need their edge, they'll spend it. You don't just like hand.
Oh well,
it
then
out
I'll save
into
mine
their
for deliverance later. But if
because
Travis
the
wants
idea
to spend edge-
is no because the idea again the idea would be because it would be too OP if you could just like then filter out your edge and then go back up to your pool of 7. So the idea is once you've hit 7, like you can't just keep filtering it out and then get to 7. You know what I mean? So instead, the idea is you can get up to a point. Yeah, you get to 7, and then whenever anyone needs it, they can use it. But like that way, you're just not like, you get a point of edge and you give it away, and then you keep filling it up. Does that
Well,
make
if
sense?
it goes up to the same pool, right now I've only used this twice, once, not including this time. So, but I still have like maybe 3 slots more to go.
Oh
So,
wait, I just remembered. We don't typically gain edge. There's no way in the system to gain edge. I'm thinking like plot points in Shadowrun. Okay, never mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The wording of that amp, because this is the first time this is not the first time I come across it. I play a character that has this, I think.
Arsenal had this as well.
Yeah. You may freely gift your own plot points or edge to others. No, go ahead. That freely
yeah, I was
means
gonna say,
give
it's
it.
not cool.
Absolutely, yeah.
Give
Yep.
it.
Got
Sorry.
it.
I'm just being
Thank ya.
I'm being douchey.
You're being a GM that is trying to keep things
Yeah.
all good, so don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
You're trying to be the oligarch of
Yeah.
sanity.
For myself. Right?
Sure, I mean, if you're trying to give me one, I had 7. I'm pretty confident in my 7, honestly.
I'm at 5.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I have,
later,
there's a high chance of death moving forward, so I'm gonna hold on to that edge.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You see inside a fairly decent retinue of Ares executive security. You'd say about 6 plus
6.
yeah no 6
Okay. Now, if I wanted to try to already start to disable them, would I have to do that one by one, or would I be able to try and just
Oh, also,
get
hold
into
on.
his security?
One thing. Since you won the perception test, actually,
Yes.
let's undo that. You decide
Okay.
what it is, because it's your perception test that you succeeded.
Right. Well, so we already know there's Roombas.
Yeah.
And I like six.
There would
so
be
like six
Colton,
entities.
Copper would have definitely. I'll spend a plot point to help to just to be fair. That there are 6 security guards, but you can go ahead and say whatever other things you notice.
So there's the Roombas, obviously. I'm gonna say there are 3 attack Roombas, as well as because I don't want harm to come to an actual innocent animal because of a douche. So I'm gonna say that shark is totally a cyber shark, just a fucking wacky like creation.
Wacky tobacco cyber shark. Sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, there's no doubt. We just haven't.
He works.
I just wanted to kind of
works.
like leave it up to plot points territory to decide like what special abilities it had, but
he works in like bio weirdness.
Yeah, so cyberware and bioware is his shtick.
Okay.
So
I was gonna say if he like what if he made so gene tech, so this isn't like a naturally born shark, but it's also not like fully cybernetic shark. This is a shark that they like created. Like going to like Fallout 4 territory where they made like the gorillas, where it's like not a natural gorilla, but everything about it seems natural. Like they made like the synthetic skeletons and the nervous system and everything like that. So this is, for all intents and purposes, a fake shark, but it's as real as a fake shark can be. Yeah. And that's why it's his prized possession, because it's one of his biggest successes. I don't know how he feels
it could
being
be like
a shit father, but
yeah, I was gonna say it could be like a pet project he was working on after he worked
Again,
on
he's
Voltar
director of biotech. Like he has to of biotechnology. He's gonna do all kinds of projects and stuff.
He made this shark out of scraps.
in his basement.
So there's the shark. He wouldn't see that through bio stuff, but yeah, so there's the Roombas. I think there'd be a turret system in like the ceiling and walls and stuff. That just makes sense to me. If I was an executive in my home quarters, I would think of like some sort of defense system as well, right?
So if I was an executive, I would also be wary of people hacking the turrets and killing me in my own home.
That's very true.
Although then again, the security Roombas, that would,
right,
like
bioengineering director murdered by Roomba.
Right. So actually, I guess if that was the case, he would probably have turrets placed at like specific points of entrance. So like imagine, at the front door, there would probably be a paneled turret. I would imagine there would maybe also be one, like any major point of probably like also like if there was if this comes up, right, and there's like a security room in his
panic room?
Like a panic room. The panic room would probably have a turret outside of it. But all placed in places where he knows exactly where they are, and he could easily avoid them because he's not an idiot. Right. But they're there. As well as his drones, and then his security guards are people, so not that. I mean, I would check like what sort of weaponry they're kitted with. Like Ares Predators is obvious, but I would assume they would have like some assault equipment, right? Because this is like he's on red alert right now. Yeah, exactly. Like he wants to make sure like he is protected, right? So let's find some Ares insanity here.
You know what? I'm going to spend a plot point to say one of them has a mono sword, because I haven't seen a single fucking character in this game that uses a mono sword.
I'm gonna take that so badly off.
It's
that
just
body.
a fucking it's just the fucking like Zweihander.
I was like, no.
So a mono, Ares 1 mono sword.
Ares 1 mono sword. It's like it's straight up like a. Yeah. It's something I was looking up recently. Yeah, they have it's straight up just like a two-handed like Zweihander like big sword.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to spend a plot point. I'm going to spend that same plot point. There would absolutely be Ares Alpha assault rifles. And I'm going to also say that there's two. There are 2 Stoner Ares M202 machine guns placed on like tripods.
Yeah.
Those don't really, let me see. Those don't really seem to do.
Is that enough security now? Is that enough?
Here's the thing, like,
stop?
are cannons? would he allow a cannon in his house, like a launcher? I don't think so.
Are you sure? Because
It would destroy the
I don't
entire
think he fully.
foundation,
I don't.
though.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, they blew up 3 floors of the building and it stayed standing. So
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Because
Why
we
would
only
he
cared about
leave
its
his?
safety,
You know,
yeah.
Coop makes a great point. If this dude is biotech, why would he leave his protection to machines? Flesh can't be hacked. I agree.
Yeah.
He trusts machines and he knows machines and he creates machines.
Right.
he
but again,
also- I'm gonna
he's
play-
very much about biotech, right?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. He knows our shtick. He knows what we're about. He knows what we can do. He fucking built Voltar,
Yeah.
so he knows what he's up against.
Yeah.
And he's
But
gonna.
he
I would
doesn't
say
want to
he's gonna
hurt
do whatever the
Voltar.
fuck-
He wants to repurpose
Sure.
her.
But he also knows what kind of protection he
God,
needs to give
this guy's
himself
the worst.
to not be. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put 2 Stoner Ares M202 machine guns on tripods.
Yeah.
that are being,
Fritz.
that are being manually controlled. Right.
Fritz sees this, all of it, and he
No
like,
cyberware
puts-
on any of these guys.
No
I think
cyberware,
this is
yeah.
probably very important, right? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
cannot
yeah.
hack their
Mm.
cyberware. They're all so you would imagine, again, biotech, you could make the conclusion, right, that any advantages that they have are bioware.
Yeah. But yeah, he'll put his hand on his friend's shoulders and say, "We cannot use the front entrance."
I could cause a distraction at the front. He does have a balcony. It connects to the Zen garden.
How confident are you that they won't mow you down?
My father wouldn't harm me. He would knock me unconscious. He wants me alive. To repurpose me. Wipe my memory.
Well, that sounds like a pretty bad deal for us, though, if you're unconscious. Are you sure you can take him?
I am confident. And besides, maybe I could talk to him in a way without using my fists. It's very awkward that I have to talk to somebody without punching them first. Have you had that problem?
Yeah, I've done that once or twice. Talk to someone without punching them, yeah.
It would be-
It's the hardest part of parenting.
He's not wrong.
Plot point. Thank you.
Oh, it's so true.
When the one parent amongst us says it.
You're right.
Oh boy. Just walk away. Just walk away.
I love that.
Deliverance looks at Voltar and says, I imagine the doors. Wait, are the doors open? Are we talking in front of people? What's going on here?
We're not. The doors aren't open.
no.
We're sub-vocaling.
Okay.
Even her husband agrees.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all about.
Hi, Scott. Yeah. So,
Voltar, I think we should stick together. I don't like the idea of us separating. Copper is not to be reasoned with right now. He's going to be extremely angry and do whatever he can to take you down without hurting you, I guess. But even so,
Unless I go willing. That's
I
what
don't-
I need. Distraction. You will not expect just one of us at the front door. If I can convince him that you two went higher for more information, he'll send more people up than down.
No. Let's not give him the idea of us doing that. I don't agree with putting yourself out in the open as the distraction, but I also don't necessarily agree with not splitting up.
What are you thinking?
This is a delicate situation. There's security everywhere. This is something that we are going to have to execute perfectly if we're going to do this correctly. The front door cannot be an option for any of us. I understand where you come from, Volta, but he's, as Deliverance said, not exactly cooperative. You said that there's a balcony that leads into a Zen garden.
Yes.
Is there a ventilation system anywhere near his in this on this floor?
I would imagine so. I haven't seen one, but perhaps.
We're going to have to know things for certain before we proceed. He marks all the electronics in the room on everyone's AR.
So all these little like arrows boop, 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 with like information. It's like all of it. I mean, some of it's patrolling the apartment, and then others are just waiting. They're on Overwatch.
This is what we're working with. He has turrets placed at advantageous positions for him. The best thing I can do is disable them entirely. We can't use them against anyone. The best I can do with their weaponry is to try and disable them one by one as you make your way through. Deliverance, have you looked into Astral to see if there's any defenses of that sort?
Let's assume she had while we were kind of scouting things.
So you can't see through the walls. So if you wanted to, you would have to go yourself. Like, you'd have to astral project into that space.
That's dangerous.
Yeah. Also, like, and here, I'll just give you this, and this is a plot point. Executive levels, for sure, would have mana barriers. Like, every apartment would imagine, there are mana barriers all along. So the idea would be that it would keep out your astral form anyway to be able to look inside. Okay, but you do, from what Voltar has mentioned, there are still those like bound spirits somewhere around inside that you don't really know what would trigger them, but they're inside. So yeah, you're not really going to be able to peer inside unless you push through that mana barrier, and then that could alert security mages.
I'm going to spend a plot point to say that the maintenance information that we received a while ago details that there is some sort of maintenance pathway that could give us an advantage on infiltration here. I don't know what specifically it could be. I would leave that up to you since this is high level shit. But I just want to spend the plot point to say that there is something here at a maintenance level that will give us an advantage in some way, or like at a better way to get in.
Also, thank you, Nick Morgan and Super Sage for all those bits. So one thing I do want to, I want to spend my plot point. I don't want to make it a ventilation shaft. And
That's
the
too
reason
obvious.
being like, when I was in the Louvre, I noticed that all of their ventilation systems were like literally like this big. So like nothing can, like no person could climb through to then
absolutely
just yoink art. Like
what about my pixie
style.
spirit?
Oh, your pixie spirit
Drones, everything like
could,
that.
but also note that there's a mana barrier.
Mana barrier. Yeah.
The mana barriers are designed to ensure that magic does not get into their living space.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
I mentioned ventilation just to give an idea of what I'm thinking of when I mean like maintenance infiltration. So like anything like that.
Yeah.
Paige.
Yeah, Volter.
I'll spend a plot point if I have to, but I would imagine that every executive has not a panic room, but a means to escape for purposes unknown. So
I think this bitch got a panic room. I think it's safe to say this bitch got a panic
Escape pod flies off the building.
What I'm thinking of is
That's pretty neat.
room. Launches him into
what
space.
I'm thinking of is having a fake wall where if you touch a certain area, it opens up an AR display of like a keypad. You put in a passcode, the wall opens, and there's either an elevator there or stairs that lead down and exit through the underground tunnels where we came from. I would imagine that's something like that, because obviously you're not going to want to exit
I don't
the front
know.
door.
That's the thing, though. I don't know if down 300 stories, down an elevator, and like a direct line of access into the building would work. But I do really like what you mentioned about the escape pod, because it would be fucking hysterical if like all he has to do is jettison off the building and he gets like taken elsewhere to safety, right? I know that you want to use so I know that you want to use this for your entrance. So what we could do is if you could
matrix it and then make it blow up and then there would be a hole in the wall where we could
Yes.
Oh, bitch.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. What did you say? I had my own brain going off.
Idea?
I did.
What we could do is we could matrix
Hack the
escape
pod. Yeah.
make it go off so there's just the wall
And then crawl on the outside of the building?
Yeah.
That's just as dangerous as the idea that I had.
Yeah.
Which is the water from the shark tank has to be coming from somewhere, and it has to be filtering in through something.
Yeah.
And so if you Finding Nemo yourself into the fucking shark tank with the shark,
Yeah.
like equally fucking horrible options, and I think both of them are fantastic.
I do like that. I think Volta would be comfortable going through that way. Plus, if anyone's standing on that glass floor and she shatters it, they're falling through.
And you've also climbed on the outside of a thing anyway, and so that's like less dangerous than going up against shark, also in water where you can't breathe. So, though the elevation, also breathing is an issue. So,
yeah. So, I think what we should do is...
Don't you do it.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Don't you do it. No.
Let you think about it for the next 2 weeks.
No!
Oh, I was so excited.
No! All right.
Do it now!
The camera, as you all consider these various points of entry, the camera zooms out through the glass and like over, and you just see the top of the area's executive building peeking through the clouds, and this wind's gushing. And
can we see the vehicle that is coming to get us? Can we like get a
In the
pan
way
of
distance?
it? Like
there's, yes.
Like
So the
across
camera
the
just
camera
like
and then black out.
flies. It just across Detroit, across like several, like it just keeps going. This camera just like zooms for miles, hundreds of miles, and then it's like this stealth VTOL
Yes, dude.
on its way.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's one of the ones that has like reflective exterior, so it's just invisible.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, that's so fucking
I
good.
love having
What's so
that.
funny is the word VTOL was in my mind, and I was like, "Is it gonna be VTOL? Yeah, and it's
The
VTOL."
last time I used a
Nice,
VTOL was
dude.
a while ago.
Nice,
And
dude.
with that, we end tonight's session of Join the Motherfucking Anarchy.
Oh my lord.
Oh, that is loud. Sorry.
Oh my
Sorry.
lord.
Hey,
Yeah?
it's raffle time.
It's raffle time,
Raffle,
bitches.
raffle time.
Hey, and also Coop374 is our stream boss. So that means you get to create a point of edge. You get to create a NPC.
Make it be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a nice NPC.
Also, I realized I don't know if I got my stream boss from Cool from last episode, so I gotta talk to Cool. Where's Cool?
Yeah.
I gotta be like, hey, Cool.
I see him today.
Hey, cool.
We have a lot of stream bots.
Going to be attacking
So-
us or helping us that you haven't put in the game yet, because I know you haven't put in.
Yeah, there's a few.
One-
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the one stream boss for sure is on this floor in that
Yes.
room.
We know
But
that.
yeah, so anyway. Sorry, Fritz, what were you gonna say? Or Trav?
I was gonna say Nick made a very good, asked a very good question that we actually discussed a little bit briefly last week, or last time we did an episode, which is how many more episodes are in this season?
Hard to say.
So one of the magic things about improv, right, is it's really just kind of one of those, right?
Yep.
I think after this next episode, once they go in and deal with the Copper Colton issue, I think we're gonna start seeing, like we've discussed this, right? We feel like this is the end of an act 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Act 3 is the next stage, right? So we'll
Right.
but we don't know what that is. Again, it's improv.
Right.
We're just going, right? So I don't know. We'll see. I like last season, I think it was around episode 22 or so that I started seeing an end goal, like a clear end goal that I wanted to get to, and I was like, okay, I think 30 episodes, like 29, 30 episodes will cut us off, and I could start shaping a finale, right? So we'll see, right? Maybe the next episode is the finale because they all die. Who knows? Who knows?
Probably.
Yeah. Either way,
Right?
it's not something that we want to rush to get to, simply because it's like, oh, look how many episodes we have. It's just like, as soon as we find a way in the story where it's a good wrap up. That's
Yeah, I mean, we
I
definitely don't want to just extend forever, right?
Yeah, I think what's gonna happen is what happened in season 1, where Oz found a point where he saw the story coming to a close, and it just happened to be at the end of the year. So I think that's what's naturally gonna happen again. So if you're looking for like an end date, expect winter, but don't.
Yeah, I think
don't,
my
like,
goal.
put it on a calendar. Like,
Right. No,
it's
I
not
mean
in
my
stone.
goal would be to end around the end of the year, right? At most. I think that's where I kind of want to keep a cap, but we'll see, right? Because I love these characters and I love the story.
Oh, it's so great.
Yeah.
Although
Anyway,
side quest makes a point. We don't want to jump the shark.
Literally jump the shark.
Literally gonna jump the shark.
Well, I mean, you are literally going to jump the shark, so.
You guys, we have 11 episodes until the last episode of the year.
That
All right.
feels about right, but I again wouldn't put money on it.
At most, 11 episodes should be enough to wrap it up, if not less. Probably less.
Kind of what I'm feeling,
We'll
yeah.
see, right? But
Yeah, it depends. If we find some cool shit, like, don't want to miss out on the cool shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
I do love cool shit.
I do.
Yeah.
Love that.
You love cool
So-
shit. Speaking of cool shit, what is the raffle?
Oh man. Well, I could hit randomize or I could tease. So while I'm gonna tease instead. I'm gonna say, hey everybody, go ahead and do your outros.
Everybody all at once. 1, 2, no.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is.
Let's
It would
let's go
just be me
let's
and
go
you,
right
Trav,
to
after
left.
some post
Right to left.
here.
Go Scrim.
Hello. Hey Oz, what are you doing next week?
I'm going to Gen Con.
Oh my
I have
God,
to think
me
about it for a
too.
second. That's right. We will be at Gen Cons. You can meet Scrim and I. You'll also be meeting various members of the Shadowcasters Network there. So yeah.
Yeah,
It's gonna
I
be
will
great.
be at the panel event and the social things that are happening. I'm going to be at all of the things. I get to see Glass Cannon live, you guys. I'm so excited about that.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, I'm so pumped. And I don't know, I'm just going to play so many games. It's going to be amazing. Oh, just so many games. That's that. Yeah. If you want to hang out, please message me. We will hang out.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have on our Discord, shadowcastersNetwork/Discord, there is a Gen Con channel there. So everybody that's going is geeking out already and preparing like meetups and stuff, and like and coordinating will probably happen there too. So yeah, just join us, and if you're going to be at Gen Con this year.
If
oh God, it's in 2 weeks.
If we all still exist next year, which is asking a lot in this day and age, we should all 4 of us try and be at Gen Con, because it was a big maybe if I could make it this year, but I'm not gonna be able to. But I'm gonna try to do it next year because I've never gotten to meet peeps in person. So
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna be literally the last person to meet Oz. So
Last person in the entire world.
Yeah, because I'm gonna kill him at Gen Con 2020.
Oh, that would be amazing. Hashtag life goals. But anyway, I'm not killing Oz. No, don't kill Oz. I am going to be at Gen Con, so I will see some of you next week. Oz for sure, and anybody who's around, like, hit me up. We'll game together. This is my thing. Join the Anarchy. But you know what? I want to tell you guys something exciting. I wrote a play.
What?
A few years ago. Yeah, I wrote a play. And now it is going it's going up. It's happening. It's being produced. Awesome. And so like it's local. It's amateur theater. It's nothing glamorous or anything, but I'm no one on the internet can see it because it's live theater.
Record it.
Maybe I will. Yeah.
Unless you're in the Alberta area. Alberta, Canada area?
The Alberta area of the entirety of Western Canada.
Like in Western Canada somewhere. It's just a hop, skip, and a jump. But yeah, no, I'm very pumped about it. So
congrats!
That's my IRL stuff that's happening.
Yeah. Is it in both official languages?
Yeah. It really slows the jokes down. You have to do it in both.
Yeah.
You got to be bilingual. But that was the only way that we could get Government of Canada funding. So anyway, I'm pretty pumped about that. So
that's awesome.
Yay! That's
nice. Awesome. Paige.
Hi.
Tell us about you.
I'm Paige. I played. Fuck my pens. I played Paige. I played Voltar, the super cybernetic soldier from Mary's that has daddy issues. I myself, if you are not surprised, I'm not a super cyber soldier. I know. I'm an artist. I draw things for a living. Yeah, that's what I do. I don't have my links. Shit, you can find my shit on Instagram at the Ram Queen, 2 N's. Here, I'm sorry I'm not prepared. I was distracted by praising my best friend's stuff with theater. Other than that, tomorrow I'm gonna be here, same time, same bat channel, doing Once Upon a Tabletop with Oz.
That's right. Hell
yeah. What are you playing?
We're playing Time Stories.
Fun. Very fun.
Yeah, so we're continuing our campaign of that, and we're doing a new scenario called A Prophecy of Dragons. We've been trying to play it for months, and somehow we just always end up not being able to, but tomorrow is for sure a go. We are playing A Prophecy of Dragons.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
It's going to be really fun. It's one of my favorite scenarios for Time Stories, so.
Have fun.
Yeah, other than that, that's not an 8. That's a 4. Shit. 4, 8. 4, 8. There's my Discord, so you can contact me there too. If you want artwork, I only have 1 commission right now, so I'm actually taking commissions a lot. I'm
nice.
open to do things. I'm also an amateur voice actor, more amateur than ever, because I only do 1 show, and that's on occasion if they need a newscaster.
Hey, whatevs.
So you can hear my lovely voice on Palmer's stuff or Ziggy as a newscaster. And I haven't heard the last one, but I really hope he kept my thing about not showering. So he knows what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's me. I'm gonna shut up now. I think that's it.
Yeah,
Bye.
Trav, you're next.
What's up? My name is Trav. What? All right. So I have a lot of things as well. You're really close to my face. I need you back up. Thank you. Here's a bunch of links to a bunch of stuff that I'll explain right now. My Twitter, TravTravVA, which means voice actor, because I like to pretend. I also have youtube.com/MrTraviTrav and twitch.tv/MrTraviTrav. I like to do streams a lot. I do YouTube videos sometimes when I have neat ideas, but mostly my content is me saying stupid stuff on Twitter, so go follow me there. I am also on an awesome audio drama called Cybernautica, which you can see cybernauticapod.com and twitter.com/cybernauticapod. I play Evan. He's a dick, but I got to have an improvised line added in one of the episodes, which was neat. So that was a fulfilling thing for me. But I like to do lots of streams, and now that I have my computer and all the tidbits, I'll be streaming more often. So you should come hang out on my streams as well. Also, tiny itty bitty tease. If you liked my GMing of Join the Anarchy, just stick around. You should follow Twitter. You should follow. You should follow the ShadowcastersNetwork Twitter. Perhaps you'll get a little something. Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. Depends on if you're good. Okay.
You're a good kid.
Depends on if you
naughty or nice.
Depends. All right. So you just you sit right there. But
Nice. Good
before you get anything like that, do you want money? Do you want money on drive-thru-RPG?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you?
You're gonna
Yeah.
and you're gonna wait for me to. You're all gonna wait for me to do my outro. I'm Oz. I am the game master, your oligarch of insanity. Not only do I GM Join the Anarchy, I also GM the actual play of The Sprawl, also here on the Shadowcasters Network. The Sprawl is a straight cyberpunk RPG. It is powered by the apocalypse, and it's a lot of fun. Totally different cast, but just same kind of awesome energy and badassery. And so so definitely check us out. That's going to be that's Saturday, alternating Saturdays at 1 p.m. Eastern. Also, I'm the voice of Ziggy the Troll on Radio Free Detroit, and the voice of Augustus on Tales from the Stuffer Shack. You might, and I don't think we have any regular episodes coming out, but you know, in case you know
That
me
means you
from
can catch
there.
up. You can be like me, who hasn't
you should
heard
catch
anything, and you should catch up.
Totally. Totes. And I have like ancillary fingers in different pies like Cybernautica and whatnot, but like in weird ways that I don't want to talk about right now. And I'm also the Twitch lead here, so I help create content, bring it to our channel so that we play all kinds of awesome RPGs. Make sure if you're here on Twitch, make sure that you're checking out all of the descriptions of the shows that we do down below. And if you're on YouTube, check out all of our collections of tabletop RPGs where you can see things from past and present. We have so many awesome shows, and we have a lot of focus on non-D&D games that like indie and rebel based, and board games, etc. Like we just go all over the place. So anyway, that's me. And you know what? All right, cool. So enough about us. Let's make this about you. I'm talking about you, audience.
$25 on drive-thru-RPG.
Right, yeah, that $25 on drive-thru-RPG is going to go to, we're randomizing this list, and the winner is... Oh, wait, this like randomized the list. I'm on the wrong... Hold on.
Well... That drum
it just
roll
took
really
my
good.
list and jumbled
that was really good, and you fucked it.
Well, no, because I got a new laptop now, so I went to the wrong link.
Good job.
Let's see. So what would it be? It would be random line picker.
Ew, that sounds.
That sounds right. Oh no, pick a random item from a list. The random picker. Okay. All right. Again, winner. Bing, bada, bing, bing, bing. is rats for a glyph over a large, elaborate lock.
Hey, that was this session.
Yeah, congrats, rats. You are the
Didn't he
winner.
win
of
last time
20
too.
Did
he did.
No, he won. He won this. He got the stream boss, but no, he
Oh,
didn't win
that's
the.
right.
I was
He didn't win
muted
the raffle. He used to win raffles all the time in season 1.
Yeah. When he showed up.
Yeah. Well, he's showing up now, which is great.
I know. He's that motherfucker busy all the time, and now he has time to
Yeah.
breathe, and he spends it at our show.
Us. We love
Oh
you,
my
rats.
god.
Aw,
We
thanks,
love you,
Rat.
rats. So
Gonna
yeah,
give you
let
a
me know.
big smooch right on the mouth. Yeah.
All right. So with that, it is because the love is mutual. Aw, thank you. So let's go ahead and call this night. And but if you still want tabletop RPG goodness, I've got a recommendation for you. We're gonna go ahead and raid with our party. Happy Jacks RPG. I really like them. They're a really, really cool set of people, and I feel like they need some more love because they deserve some attention, right? And they're also playing City of Mist, which is a really cool tabletop RPG. So let them know that Shadowcaster sent you. Show Shadowcaster's pride, and enjoy. Otherwise, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Our next episode is Monday.
I was gonna say Tuesday.
Yeah, right?
The 5th.
No, because I was looking at today. I'm like, Monday the 5th. And hopefully Scrim can make it.
We'll see. I'm flying back
Yeah.
from Gen Con that day, so
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we'll let...
it depends on the reliability of air travel.
Yes, so if that... So yeah, if that happens, then, we'll let you know on our Twitter. Make sure that you follow us, at SRCasters. That's our Twitter now, because I
gets me all the time.
Twitter.com. www.
Twitter.com. Yeah, so at SRCasters. And that's where you're gonna, or you can also follow us on our Discord, shadowcasters.network/Discord, which I've plugged a lot. Follow the Gen Con channel, check out the Join the Anarchy channel, as well as the Twitch channel. So we just release all of our stuff there. So if you are interested in coming and we can't make it next in 2 weeks, we'll let you know. And then yeah, but anyway, let's go say hi to Happy Jacks and say goodbye to all of you. Mwah. See you tomorrow. Come for tomorrow for Once Upon a Tabletop.
Do it. You'll see Oz's lovely face and my somewhat attractive face.
Yeah, we're playing with
Gadgets.
Bobby and Mr.
Gadget
Johnson of our Arcology podcast and Complex Action. So,
Those guys.
okay, let's go. Let's get the hell out of here. Bye. Good night.
Bye, guys.
Love you.
Night.
Mwah, mwah, mwah.